It's the greatest collection of people who never asked for this. No one asked for this.
Not once.
It's a 56-man power trip. That's right. It is the Untitled, super cool wrestling show, Volume 1. I'm Stephen James. With me is a cavalcade of the best and the brightest. As you see all the billions and billions of social media things down there, if you can know how to read. If you don't know how to read, that's fine. This is a visual platform. It would help if you understood English, but, you know, I'm multilingual. Harry Terjanian. I'm not multilingual. I know English and broken English. Brooklynese, if you will. Yeah, Harry Terjanian, Tristen Law, Double A, Albert Albanese. We've got Dave. We've got AJ Orsini and Deceive Dave. Everybody with their own incredible platforms. The Tristen Law Show. Harry has ADHD. Friday Night Nitro. We've got Dave Knows Wrestling. And of course, Orsini's Uncensored Mind. And me, the Grapple Talker. Gentlemen, we did it. It's working.
We're here.
We made it, God damn
We
it.
did it. We did it.
Like pulling teeth from a duck, but God damn it, we made it.
They said it couldn't be done. They said it shouldn't be done, but we did it.
It's basically like it took Marvel 17 movies to get the Avengers. We just skipped right to Endgame.
That's it.
We didn't do anything else. But what we're going to do tonight is a little bit of an Applebee's sampler that tastes a little bit better of kind of everybody's show here. Check out everybody's individual shows and platforms. What's really important to all of us is the community that we've all built individually and the community that we're trying to build together with each other. If you guys have not seen any of these talented people, I don't know what you're doing. Please share the ayahuasca. I believe Aaron Rodgers has had enough. That being said, in honor of football season approaching and in honor of War Games coming up in November, we're going to do a little bit of a pro wrestling War Games draft. A War Games draft. That's right. We did the draft at random. You guys saw me with the button. It just so happens I got the greatest luck in the world. Don't blame me. It's a snake draft. We're going to go first. So just to break it down for folks, and the link is in the chat for those of you who want to play along. We've got...
Steve, for those of us who are not degenerate gamblers, what is a snake draft?
So a snake... That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not aware.
Let's not assume.
A snake draft is... I start with the first pick, and then it goes all the way through to 7, and then it works its way back up. So then Dave Lee, for the next round, will have number 1. So this way it kind of keeps it more fair and equitable.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just like fair, equitable.
Fair and equitable.
Ugh.
Just like a snake.
No, it feels redundant to me because I am a degenerate gambler.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's get fix. Give me the fix.
Come on, man. Hurry the hell up.
So we've got 5 different eras. Each era will be for each round. So round 1 will be the golden era, where we have folks that are 82 to 92. Now, mind you, these are defined eras by the WWE as to what they are. We've got the golden era for round 1, the new generation era, which is 93 to 97, midway 97, or late 97, I should say. Attitude era, late 97 to mid 2002. Ruthless Aggression era, which is May 02 to July 08, and the current era. Of course, we skipped that reality era. We don't need to talk about any of that. There can be no repeats. There can be no repeats. If there's somebody who's not in this draft pool, that is fine. You can pick outside of the draft pool as long as they do not belong to any other era. So I will begin with the first...
This has asterisk marks to me.
Oh, no.
Just off the bat.
Gee, I wonder who you're picking.
The
We have way
first
too many crossovers to just limited it to just, okay, no, go ahead.
overall pick will be the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
This
Number
guy.
Wow.
Round 1. Oh.
Surprised by that.
Randy is off the board, folks.
The greatest of all time should go number 1. I understand.
All right. I did. It was me.
Wow.
And now we've got the one, the only, the Podfather, Mr. AJ Orsini. Hell of a hat.
Thank you. I have quite a few resources on hats.
Hey.
But
I like it with a couple stress on it.
again, I'm doing this contest under protest.
Under
But
controversy.
I'm going to pick based on the listing. And
Okay.
while you may have shocked people with your number 2, I shouldn't shock anyone with my pick. I'm going with the Nature Boy.
Woo, okay.
Woo! Ric Flair. That's who I'm. That's the captain
It's
of
a
my.
good pick. I mean, War Games experience.
It's
There you
true.
go.
So,
What's
AJ,
anyone
you're
else?
doing this on the protest.
It's
What does it
deceptive
look
because
like?
it's a WWE list, but this is a WCW NWA construct. So I'm going with the captain.
Okay, so you're doing this on the protest, but if it wasn't under protest, would it look any different?
He's trying to get your pick.
I'll reveal what that pick would have been at the end of the program. 'cause
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. All right.
All right.
So we've got Dave. Mr.
All right,
Deceive.
well, my pick was taken.
Ooh.
That hurt. I was expecting him to go somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure the rest of my picks are not going to be very popular, so I feel safe in that. So for this one right now, I'll go with I'm gonna go with Piper. Going with Piper. It's a good one. Yeah, I'm going with Piper here.
It's a brawler.
I was thinking other ones, but I can't let that one pass. I'll take Piper.
It's a good pick.
Roly Pepper. Mr. Roly Pepper himself. Well, one day I won't try and do this the wrong way. One day. That day is not today. All right, next up on the list. We've got Tristen. Who do you got and why?
So the person I'm going to pick him because he's crazy. When I used to work at Universal Orlando way back in the day, and when I used to go to TNA Impact, this guy used to legit walk on the side of the road to the hotel. He's got to be crazy. So if I'm picking somebody because I want to win, I want to pick somebody that's also a champion. I'm going with Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund, the Lord and Master of
And
the
I love
chicken wing.
I love chicken wings.
Chicken wings are delicious.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to make some after this.
Sure, we'll take some.
Ooh, okay. So the first round shaping up pretty good. All right, Mr. Harry Terjanian.
I feel
Okay.
like I gotta dodge one more and I'll be okay.
All right. I like the Backlund pick, but let's remember he didn't really get crazy until towards the end there. But
Sure.
all right. I got a quick question. This War Games cage, roof or no roof? Because that's going to affect how I.
Ooh, good question. I know who you're going to pick if it's no roof.
You know what? For the purposes of this exercise, we'll say no roof.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, so then it's not a War Games match. It's
Ooh,
just
okay.
a-
Well,
no.
well, hey, like maybe we get a consensus here. Show of hands,
Roof.
who wants the roof?
Roof.
Roof.
The roof.
No
Now,
roof
are we
is
in the
winning.
minority here, Dave? We're the only ones who want the classic War Games. I mean, AJ, you did bring up this is the WCW.
I'm in
invention.
a
Tristan,
classic
I'm
War
looking
Games.
at you. You're not on our side?
I already voted. I voted no roof.
We voted
Yeah,
no
I'm
roof.
no roof. No roof.
I'm
Well,
voting for roof.
All right, Albert.
Drop
just
top,
gave you-
all the way.
We've got
Wow.
4 no roofs and
Unbelievable.
3 roofs, so we're going no roofs.
No roof.
Wow.
Okay. Oh man. See.
The fact that
So,
y'all
so
hate
we're not
Rick
booking a
Steves.
real War Games match. So I'm glad that I know that to figure out the rest of my roster.
Well, listen. For
Quit. I want to leave the stream now.
there's a lot of people left here. I was thinking, if you want to go really tough, Harley Race set fire to a ring.
That's true.
Jimmy Snuka, in addition to be able to leap off the roof, he also has a criminal record. So I was gonna
Allegedly.
anticipate that.
Allegedly
No,
murder.
he's never brought
That's
the
true,
trial.
allegedly.
He did not stand trial.
Alleged murder.
That's a good point. But if we're doing no roof, I got to go with Andre the Giant, the biggest and the toughest. If we were doing roofs, if we're doing a roof, I was not going to go with Andre because
This isn't a
that's no
67
advantage.
Chevy.
Got to be
Yeah, I thought
hunched
you were-
over.
I thought you were looking at Superfly, but
Me too. That's what I thought.
I
Same.
was. It was a coin flip between him and Andre, but I mean Andre with no roof. Well, it's. I don't know.
I'm stealing right now. I can't believe I got away with this.
All right. Well, Albert still has to go, and he can just take
Oh, yeah.
yours.
Do you know who I'm picking?
There's no way you're taking my guy. So
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to say this. I wanted the roof because that's traditional War Games, right?
Okay.
And AJ brought up the point of taking Ric Flair because traditional War Games match experience bodes well for Ric Flair. I'm going to take this guy anyway because traditional War Games experience or not, he's still one of the best to ever do it. He's been in a number of not only cage matches, but matches like this. I'm going with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Where's he on this list?
I am surprised. Like the creator of War Games went this long without getting picked. I am very surprised to see that.
Oh, there he is. I'm like, where the hell did I put
a
him?
window?
Good scoop, Albert.
It's a good pick. All right, Mr. Dave Lee. Now remember, it's a snake draft, so you have 2 picks in a row here. So you have this pick, and then you move on to the new generation. Well, it worked out perfect for him because we know who his second round pick is right off the bat.
That hurts my soul because I can't take him.
Right. So many to choose from. Who could I possibly pick? I think this is an open shut case. I can't believe I got away with this. I'm taking Hulk Hogan.
Ah, boo!
I want to change my pick then to the Iron Sheik. I want the Iron Sheik then.
So wait.
Hulk Hogan is immortal. I don't care what the news says.
You don't care what the coroner says?
No.
The coroner said he's not immortal.
He's staying
How
on
many times
business.
do I have to tell everybody? Terry Bollea is separate from Hulk Hogan.
Gotcha, that's
see.
true. He
That's
said
true,
so
but
about his
and
penis.
that's why I still want the Iron Sheik.
I mean, there were a lot of good picks still on the board. But
Sure.
I will say Hogan's a no-brainer. Someone has to pick him. That's insane that that I got away with this.
Has Hogan ever done a War Games match?
Everybody already knows Bret Hart.
All right, kicking off round number 2.
I got Bret. This is the easiest thing. I'm set. I don't even care what happens next.
Now, here in round 1, I really thought that someone was going to potentially take Steamboat. Didn't happen. Oh, wait, I put him in the wrong one. Hold on.
Dave Lee's already effed his whole team.
He did.
Because Hogan and Brett are going to take each other out.
Yeah, exactly. You got to
Exactly.
think about it.
Yeah.
Politicos.
No chemistry on that team right off the bat.
Politicos. Oh, my problem is
He's picking Shawn Michaels next.
Randy, he'll never pick Shawn Michaels.
He'll
You know
never
nothing
pick
about
Shawn
he would
Michaels. You're
he
fine
would
with
pick
that.
each one of us twice before he would pick Shawn Michaels. The reason I picked Randy Savage is, he's got to plan out the entire match. That's the only issue I have. All right, Albert,
Called in the ring, brother.
you're up. Who are you choosing?
Again, so Dave stole my pick because my pick was going to be Bret Hart from now until the end of
Stole
time.
everybody's pick.
Anytime, every single time this comes up. And
Not Goldberg's.
And Steve took my other favorite, so now I'm really in a bind here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go experience here, and I'm gonna go for a wild card. But I'm gonna go with Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig has War Games experience. I think that Mr. Perfect and Dusty Rhodes are two good guys to spearhead a War Games team.
It's crazy to say that would be considered a sleeper.
Yes,
But no, he's not. It's just
He
he's
really
lower
shouldn't
down on
be.
the list.
but also remember the new generation era doesn't have a lot of tippy top stars. There's a couple other guys in there that I thought about picking, but they could also have a little bit of a
Well, to be fair, they did
They
have.
might commingle with Dave's team.
In some ways, they had stars that weren't fully developed yet. They might not have
Yes.
necessarily found the gimmick, or they were still growing into it. All right, Harry.
All right, here we go. This is the new generation.
Oh, yeah.
Not my favorite generation, but there's some really good ones up here. But I'm going with somebody who may not be the biggest, but psychologically, both in life and in the ring, is a dangerous psychopath. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Pillman, the loose cannon.
Pillman. Okay.
Good War
All
Games
right.
pick.
Yeah,
And again, War Games experience too.
that's yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Harry? I used to like you.
Oh, did I take your pick there?
One of the three that were catching my eye
Okay.
here.
All right.
All right, Tristen.
All right, so the guy that I'm going to pick, and I'm going to stay with the theme right now. I'm going to stay with the theme of crazy ass people.
Okay.
Okay.
They didn't give him this name because there was a shortage of names. Like when you looked in that guy's eyes, that guy was a legitimate psycho. And I'm going to Psycho Sid.
Psycho Sid. Okay.
Psycho Sid.
To be fair,
To this day, one of the only things, because I was really young when he was doing his thing, would scare the absolute shit out of me, dude. I did not like that theme at all.
very few people have the presence. If you're talking about presence, aura, and body guy, very few
scary.
people can touch
Yeah.
Not for nothing, top tier on the moisture. That boy was
Woo!
always.
He was
That boy
very smart.
stay wet.
He's the other side of the scale. It's AJ's hair and Sid.
Yeah.
There's a dry and wet.
And he had a Jerry curl for
true.
a minute there.
That's
He
true.
also tried to murder a member of your team in War Games too, Harry. Unfortunately.
Yes, I do recall that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do recall that, but I didn't anticipate that portion of it. But I think Tristen, you should call your team Crazy Ass People.
Ooh.
Should be the team name if you're going.
You know what?
for
No
it.
cap.
Oh, Team
Crazy
Cap.
people.
Team Cap.
Yeah,
Crazy
no
Ass
cap.
People.
All right, now let's see who Dave picks.
All right, so I kind of take offense to what AJ said earlier about everyone would pick Bret Hart. And although he is correct, there is one other Hart who had my
Damn
heart.
it! You
Oh,
son of a
you
bitch.
whore.
You
Good
son of a
pick.
bitch.
So I'm going with my guy, not your guy.
God.
Owen Hart, baby.
Oh, man.
Damn,
fucking
that's
go.
excellent pick. Excellent pick.
Oh, you
Even
forgot.
if I was number one, I would have taken him.
I don't think that. Yeah, I was gonna pick him too. Had I been number one there too. I don't think he wouldn't have lasted because AJ would have taken him there too. But if not, all right.
Well,
You
Well,
get screwed on this round.
I'm staying in the Hart family tree, my guy. If I can't get Brett and I can't get Owen, give me the British Bulldog. my guy.
Nice.
That was
Okay.
my runner-up.
Good pick.
That was my runner-up.
British Bulldog.
We're
And
taking
probably
all
the worst,
Hart
one of the
family
worst War Games matches ever too.
He's
With the
about to make up-
Shockmaster.
He's about to make up for it right here.
That's right.
All right.
Faith.
Now with my pick here,
Got 2 picks, brother.
I know, but in the new generation,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm looking at a team,
Oh boy.
I need presence. We got the workhorse. We got Randy Savage of that era. We got the
Picking
workhorse.
chains. I do
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
do it. He's
Nope.
picking chains. I do
We
it.
are picking my Yokozuna.
That's a
Really?
You need a Haas in there.
You got three.
You
Wait,
need
wait,
a
wait,
Haas.
wait.
It's a
it
multi-time world champion.
Is that Yokozuna with Fuji and Cornette?
Yes.
Okay. all right.
Okay.
That's new generation.
Yeah,
You
all
got,
right.
you got the final of the '93 Royal Rumble.
Dangerous.
That's right.
I didn't anticipate the managers being involved, but this is a good point. I'm going to see if I can. It's too late. There's no Sherry Martel available, especially with that cage.
Oh,
Well, no, I mean technically you can get Kurt Angle in the Ruthless Aggression era and get
I mean,
Sherry.
That's a stretch. That's a much older Sherry Martel. God bless her. She
Oh,
was
she-
not jumping off a cage.
She is in that Betty White slot
Uh-huh.
where she would have gotten it at any era, anytime.
Oh well, that's different. That's
on the
a
basis of
different story,
beauty
Steve.
and
I'm just-
respect.
Gotten what?
Sensational shit.
Don't worry, I'll explain it to you later. There's a diagram.
I'm not
all
saying
right.
that wouldn't have happened. I just don't want to make her jump off a cage at this point. At this
We
at
now
this phase.
we now move on to round 3. We move on to the Attitude Era, and I know most people,
This is where your bread is buttered, bitches. Y'all better get this one right.
most
I'm
people
ready for
here
this one.
would wind up thinking that I would choose HBK. And I'm not, because I want to sell tickets. I want to sell pay-per-views. I'm picking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I mean, how is that not the first pick, right?
Yeah, that hurts me, but yeah.
Yeah. Dave, he wasn't tall enough.
I can't have the number one guy from every era. I'll just have to settle for 2.
Well, see, there's a theme that I was going to go with if that was available, but I knew Austin was not going to be available long enough.
Right.
But now
So
we're trying
Dave-
for balance. We got a technician, we got 2 technicians and a bruiser.
That means that Dave from Dave knows he can pick Shawn Michaels, HBK.
Yeah, he can and should.
He's on the
can.
board. He's
No,
on the board.
He's going to hope that nobody picks him, and then he'll be like, I'm justified.
You know what?
Hold on, I
Nobody
have a
picked
question.
him.
I have a question. How is Shawn Michaels in the Attitude Era, but Marty Jannetty is in the New Generation Era?
More success.
Yeah, he did. He just didn't transition out of the new generation.
Marty
You know what I
Jannetty
mean?
won an
That's-
Intercontinental Championship in the New Generation era. He didn't win Dick All.
After that, yeah.
Well, he was out of the.
And that's why I said asterisk, because Sean spreads across a couple of little areas.
Sure, but this is his most influential.
But whoa. But Shawn Michaels was retired after early '98, and he won his first title in '96.
Actually, Sean missed a lot of
So
them.
shouldn't he be in New Generation?
He did.
He should be ruthless.
He should be ruthless aggression, but
Swear
We
to
can't
God.
fit them all. I had to make sure that John Morrison and Kofi Kingston made it in.
Well,
Oh,
let's
jeez.
make sure those guys get it.
All right.
This is the Royal Rumble draft.
Let's keep going.
Well, my pick is very obvious. My pick is quick. This is the reason why I had the asterisk. Because
Okay.
it goes across many generations. But since nobody's had a chance to pick him, I'll take him. I'm going with The Undertaker in a cage.
Very nice.
Absolutely,
Very nice.
absolutely the easiest of choices. And that's my argument was. He's in all these eras, God damn it.
That's true. And honestly, well, if you had to pick him from one era, if this was open, what era would you have picked him from?
Believe it or not, ruthless aggression.
I agree. The more scrappy, more technical holds.
I felt he spent more time on top there. It was the streak every single year. He was a headliner, whether he had a title or not. That was kind of his era right there. It was subliminal, but he was on top of everything.
Inclined to agree. All right, Dave.
The Attitude Era, Taker was wrestling Mabel. So
This is very
Who did make this
easy.
list? I want
Yeah,
everyone
Mabel's
to
there.
know Mabel is on the list.
This is very easy for me. We're in a cage, especially no top. I gotta go with my man. There's no other choice.
Oh,
but
I know
Mr.
what he's doing.
Ain't no Mac.
Oh, come
Ain't no
on.
Mac.
Here
All
comes
right.
the money.
Here comes
Here
the money.
comes the money.
He's going to give him an oh shit moment.
He's going to die. You guys are going to enjoy it.
You're all going to enjoy it.
All right. Tristan.
All right, sticking with my theme of crazy ass people.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You know that when this guy came out, you know that he was like a level 100 in WWF Attitude, WWF Warzone. He was in No Mercy, running around like, I'm talking about, that's gotta be Kane. I'm putting Kane on the list.
Okay. I thought you were going to go the Al Snow route,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
but
thought-
Kane's pretty good. Kane
We're
helps.
definitely going Kane because I want to win this War Games match.
Oh, you got two big bastards in that. And by the way, folks, after this, later, I'm going to create a poll later today with all of our War Games teams, and you guys can vote on which one do you think would be successful in War
Come
Games.
on. This is an easy one, guys.
Yeah, mine. All right, Harry.
You know, when you said you were taking crazy ass people, I thought you were taking my pick here because there's a lot of good selections here. You're trying to think about size, and you got your Shane McMahon moment. Well, how about we give you a guy who's known for creative moments on the top of that cage, and also you get three people when you pick this guy. We're talking about Mankind / Mick Foley / maybe Cactus Jack or Dude Love. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
You got
Awesome.
four,
We,
right?
Or
we finally
Santa.
found the- we finally found the guy who's taking the pin. That's awesome.
Technically, that's four guys. I talked about that on my
Yeah.
also on YouTube.
Four guys.
And it's four guys. It's actually Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mick Foley. Mick Foley.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
four
true.
faces of Foley. I mean, but everybody always counted three. What about Mick?
Well, that's
What
because he was a What about him? He was a commissioner.
He main evented WrestleMania as Mick Foley.
Yeah, but who was he attached to?
Who's it? Linda McMahon?
Oh,
Yeah.
Pre-zombie Linda.
Yes. Yeah,
Make
that's right.
Linda
That's
zombie
right.
again.
About 32 facelifts ago. That was where she was.
All right, Albert.
Steve, you know, I gotta say, you know, in the list that you made, you missed a gigantic name during the Attitude Era,
Okay.
and it's a name that I'm gonna pick.
Are you
Here
sure?
Again,
Are you sure he's not in another section?
oh no, he's definitely not.
Okay.
And again, War Games experience counts here, guys. And I'm going with people with War Games experience. I'm going with Sting. How is Sting not on the list?
That's
I'm
fair.
going with the
it's a
Stinger.
big miss.
That's fair.
That's a big miss. Would I have taken Sting if he was up there?
Nope.
Probably not.
See, I was using my head, guys.
I probably wouldn't.
I
have
mean,
taken
there's a first time for everything.
Boy. Well, now that we've
You
no.
want a
wait,
guy jumping off the top of a cage too. Sting was jumping off the top of things at 70 years old. He would do it, like, you know, during the this era too.
Oh
So,
yeah, don't talk about that. That's one of the worst endings of a pro wrestling career. That's a ugh.
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a good one in WWE either. That's the sad part.
He had that moment where he was a statue. All right, Dave.
Point notwithstanding, for
I-
this particular
I can't
game,
believe I got
he's the
away
perfect
with this.
pick.
Pretty
I
good.
can't believe I got away with this again. I feel like I'm stealing here. But along Albert's lines, I was going if I didn't get who I'm gonna pick, I was going to call an audible and I was gonna go with Terry Funk.
Okay.
But because he's still available, and I can't believe I'm stealing again, I gotta go with The Rock. There's no other. I can't believe I got this. Like,
Boo.
Yeah, that's crazy that he did fall that far.
Boo. Okay.
Taker, I wanted. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That's who I wanted for
Me too.
sure. But
That's
Austin, I wanted. Taker, I wanted. But if third place is The Rock, and I'll still SmackDown's #1 draft pick. I will take The Rock.
yeah, but SmackDown's #1 announcer, you could have got Funaki.
Funaki.
Damn it! It's too late.
See, I would have picked Triple H, right? Because Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But I'm trying
Here's
to
the
win
thing.
the
I'm
work
not
games here.
Stephanie, so I.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's all how you're booking it. Are you booking this to win or as a promoter? Because we're trying to sell tickets. Then yes, The Rock
I'm
and
trying to
I
win.
got Hogan, Brett, and The Rock. I'm stealing.
That
I'm
so
stealing.
at the
And
end,
the first pick now too.
at the end, we'll talk philosophy of why we picked
Fair
overall.
Fair enough.
Dave Lee, we are now in the ruthless aggression era, and you're kicking it off. Is it Goldberg?
I almost want to do. I'm going to be nice to Harry, but I almost want to do it out of spite and take Eddie from you.
Ooh.
I'm not going to do it though. I'm going to do it, Harry.
Do whatever. This is war games, not pussyfoot games.
Yeah.
Yeah, pussy.
Yeah, I fought in 2 wars. This is a third. You better
Oh,
get
boy.
in where you fit in.
Listen, I'll tell you the truth. I'm on the stall right now because I can't decide between 2 guys.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go with. I'm taking Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's a good
Ooh,
pick.
Kurt Angel.
It's a good pick.
Kirk Angel.
I was really torn between Kurt Angle and Cena.
Nothing wrong with that.
You
But I
really,
do like Eddie too, but I couldn't do that to Harry.
you should have taken Cena. You really would have had
I know.
the top guys of
My
almost
feet
every
were
era at
upset.
that point. Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, you fucked up.
yeah.
Wow. Listen, I think
Look,
we're
It's
all
all
trying
right.
to.
Dave knows I ain't picking Cena, so
I'll feel bad if no one takes Cena. Then I'll be like,
All right. Albert's up.
all right. Well, I went War Games experience, and now we're at the point where these guys War Games didn't exist, right?
Wait,
so you can't
doesn't-
have War Games experience. So now I got to think, what does my
Wait,
team need?
wait.
My team.
Hold on. Sorry. AJ, you have a.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Dave picked 1 pick, right? Doesn't he go again?
He picked The Rock and then he picked Kurt Angle.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my mistake.
Yeah,
I
no.
apologize.
You're good.
Oh yeah.
I stepped out.
I'll go a third time.
I'm just trying to shine his asterisk. Make sure it's fine.
Returns that some bitch.
Nice and shiny.
So I'm thinking, what does my team need? My team needs a bruiser, right? They need an enforcer. And what better person to have as the enforcer of your team than Brock Lesnar?
Ah, that's a pretty good pick.
Not too bad.
Whoa.
Not too bad. Bork Laser.
That's right.
He's there.
Well, he's available. He's been cleared of all charges, so let's
That's right.
let's bring him
Really?
in, baby. Well, I don't know. I guess.
I look at you.
It
Sure.
seems like it.
All
He
right.
must be. There's no way they're still on the table. They're like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, the legal team defending him said he's good. So
He's
Sure.
good.
Who knew? All right, Harry, you're up with your pick here.
Oh man, there's a sentimental favorite here. All right. What am I trying to do with this thing? Am I trying to win this thing? Trying to create moments?
So Harry has Andre the Giant, Brian Pillman, and Mankind. So
Oh,
his
man.
team is losing.
that is a
What?
huge-
There's a lot of great people up here. I think I gotta go. Man, I want to see Eddie fly off that cage. I'm going Eddie Guerrero,
Oh.
sentimental
Great
favorite.
pick.
Great pick.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, we're a little undersized to some extent, but we got a lot of big hearts. Some of them literally.
Come on, you have a world championship.
Some of them literally, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
appreciate
looking at
that.
that's purely coincidental, but I
Harry,
think
that was a deep cut, and I appreciate you.
yeah. So
It's solid.
Solid.
All right. Well, like his heart.
yeah, solid.
One might say it was on the attack.
Tristen, you are up. It's round 4. Who do you got?
All right. So, like, I wanted Brock Lesnar, but I really thought about it, even though Brock Lesnar was already picked. And before he was picked, the guy that I decided on, the person that I decided on is, look, I'm trying to win this thing. I don't care about tickets. I'm trying to win. I want somebody that's going to be able to bend up people. This guy bends up frying pans with his hands.
Oh no. Oh,
And that
no.
was in his Hall of Pain era. Towards the tail
Oh,
end
okay.
of his Hall of Pain era.
Okay.
Somebody's going to get their ass kicked, and somebody's definitely going to get their wig split. Hit him up.
Love it. Mark Henry is the choice. Well, for a second there, I thought the school buses were coming and they were going to pick up fucking Chris Benoit.
As long as he's not on the we're good.
I was like, ooh, okay. All right, let's see.
I mean, I guess I was like, was that the frying pan reference? I was like, oh, okay, I remember Mark Henry can
Bend up frying pans with his hands, right? It's crazy.
Yeah. The first time I saw people do that, it was for it was a religious group that would do muscle feats for Jesus or whatever.
Okay.
Power Man 5000 or whatever. They were just
Jack for Jesus.
they would break things and like through the power of Christ.
It wasn't like an infomercial where they tried to like get people to fucking these pans are shit.
I mean, all religions are an infomercial to some extent.
Fair.
You know, from my perspective. But no, these guys were all in matching tracksuits and then you know, breaking and bending. I think there might have been some. I'll look it up while you guys just continue the draft here. I'm gonna,
Breaking and Bending obviously is the documentary. As we move on to Dave with his pick in the 4th round, Ruthless Aggression.
I got my pick stolen from me. I needed some muscle, and what better muscle than Mark Henry? But we'll make a pivot. We'll make a pivot for right now. And for right now, if I can't get strength, I want a true commander, someone that can rally if we start to fall down.
Do it.
We're gonna go with Randy Orton.
Ooh.
That's a good pick.
Randall Keith Orton.
You got youth on your side.
Yeah.
All right. AJ, your time is up, or is your time now?
I'm legally not allowed to select him, so I have to.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't pick that guy. Otherwise, I will be stuck pleasuring myself. So,
Doing the 5-knuckle shuffle?
yeah. For those of you who are new to my podcast, my wife absolutely hates his fucking guts to death.
Oh,
You
jeez.
could be sleeping
He's
in the
not
alley.
even saying the name.
We're not allowed to even say the name in the house. It's a whole thing. But I'm looking at the list now.
Can we call him Juan?
No, I'm not. I can't even innuendo to what he could possibly be known as.
Juan would work if she wasn't Hispanic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If I hum the theme, I'm in trouble. So we're not going that way. But the Ruthless Aggression era, I'm looking at my team right now as presently constituted. And I'm feeling very strong about it, but I need a splash here. I need something here in 4
Oh no.
to carry me over. I'm on a cage.
Oh no.
I need someone who's gonna do his damn thing.
Don't do it to me.
Do it to him.
I'm going old school. I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of my old school favorites. I'm going Jeff Hardy.
I hate you so much right now.
Oh man.
I love this game.
Oh, so much. I'm over here like, they're not going to pick him. They're not going to pick him. Nobody's going to
If
pick
there
him.
was one person that will pick
There you
him,
go.
he's
There
the
you go.
one who would
The
pick
one.
him.
Steve,
He's the
Don
one.
Morrison's still there, Steve.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Steve, you're upset about that, but there's a chance Jeff Hardy doesn't show or he's
That's
in no
true.
condition
That
to
is-
get
that
in
is
that
true.
cage.
Doesn't matter.
If Turning Point has showed me anything, it doesn't matter his condition. We could wheelbarrow him into the ring and it won't matter. 5 stars. So I'm gonna be all right.
So, seeing as my original plan got fucked right there, got screwed with its pants on, I'm going to have to shift gears and go in a direction that I almost fully wanted to go to originally, perhaps the Dave knows philosophy, because I'm absolutely taking Juan Cena.
Oh, there it is.
You need a leader. You need to sell tickets. I don't give a shit about your work rate. I don't give a shit about your matches. If nobody is there to watch it, it don't matter. It's the wrestling business.
Got
And
4
if we're
egos out
talking,
there.
and if we're talking about booking, you're guaranteed to win.
That's true. And to further solidify that, I will take Roman Reigns as the 5th pick. Nobody is losing.
Wasted no time.
You automatically won. Because
What a team.
Roman Reigns.
Well, you screwed me.
Era, Oh,
You took my gimmick. You stole my fucking gimmick to end this.
Let's see what the gimmick was. Now I wonder what this gimmick was.
So my gimmick, I just finished out Randy Savage, Yokozuna, Stone Cold, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. Had I had Jeff, if I had
That is
Jeff
a good
Hardy, I
squad.
had a different philosophy. You bum, but you got me.
Not for nothing, Jeff Hardy would have been an anchor on this team. You got all.
Yeah, I mean-
You could have picked Matt Hardy.
Well, I was trying to do a
over
balance.
Jeff Hardy when you
That's
just
not the
selected
same.
Roman fucking Reigns. Have some decorum, sir.
You could have picked Cooper Manning.
I sold out. Okay, I sold out. I
You
want the
can't-
money.
So
You
we're
can't
back-
say that he could have picked Matt Hardy.
I do want to mention.
Just to be petty.
It was an option.
I do want to mention and fully appreciate the fact that there is not one single AEW wrestler on Steve's list.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, thank you. No, thank you.
Wow.
I'm good.
I just want to point that out. I think this is hysterical. I'm just throwing it out there.
Steve, have you turned
good.
on the AEW here? I
Yes,
didn't know this was a
much
thing.
like the 400,000 people who tuned out since the start.
That would be a
Not only
bloody
does he
trust
ha-
trap.
not only does his team have no AEW connections at all whatsoever, but this is the kind of five that wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Nope.
Does
Because
have a
we
connection.
are professionals. We're making money.
Okay.
All right,
All
well,
right.
I'm going.
AJ's up.
I'm going once again with my heart. I already got Flair, Bulldog, The Undertaker, Jeff Hardy. These are all personal favorites of mine. So I will round it out with one of my personal favorites who became a mentor to me. AJ Styles for me. Is my guy.
Great choice.
I'm taking AJ for my fifth and final guy. If anybody, my brother knows me better than anybody on the planet except my wife, and Dave, look at my five and tell me that's not me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
You want to know what the theme
I do
is
wanna
for
say-
this one? AJ. That's what it is. That's the theme.
I do want to say this, and this is where we're different people. Because I was going to steal that motherfucker from you for stealing Jeff Hardy, because I know. But here's the thing.
I
You
would have
helped
gotten
get...
Roman out of that, so it would have worked out.
It would have, but it would have hurt you. It would have hurt
Oh,
you
no,
like
it
you
would-
hurt me.
On a spiritual level, I would have been less of a man by the end of it, for sure.
But he knows how to do the job.
There we
Look,
go.
I slipped on the banana peel for you on that one.
Oh, well, thank you, Rosa Parks. We can move on to the goddamn.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Was that the reason she didn't want to sit in the
There
that
was
seat? 'Cause
banana peels?
There was this used banana peels. I didn't know this.
It had something to do with food, bananas, apples, crackers, whatever.
Is that presently known?
Saltines like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, you're up.
All right. I
Final
know this
pick.
one is going to be the most popular one, but I had a structure going on with my Mark Henry pick. But if I can't get that, that's why I picked Randy for some leadership.
Okay.
I'll take the next best thing when it comes to muscle out of this list. So I'm going to take Braun Breaker.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, he
All
went
right.
youth. That's good. He went youth.
Okay.
Explosive power.
Hearing something do
Run
occasion.
circles around the ring.
There you go.
That too.
Meaty men slapping
I
meat.
can't wait for Bob Blackland to see Braun Breaker standing across.
Yeah, that would be great.
Great.
All right, but Bob Backlund though would blow Braun Breaker up. So
It's,
it's
it's fair.
Bro, I thought you was
I don't
gonna
know if he
say
blow him up,
Bob.
but he definitely stretch him for sure.
I
Wait,
really
but-
thought you were gonna say Bob Blackland would blow out Braun Breaker's back.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking amazing.
Different connotation. Yeah.
Well, that's why you said when there's no top earlier. I was like, wait, no top.
No top.
I was,
Hey, is that where we're picking this team? I thought this was a wrestling match. I got to redo my order. If we're,
Here's a
It's
top now,
wrestling,
Steve.
All right.
If
this
the
is-
whole time.
Not enough room
power
at top.
bottoms.
Oh, power.
oh fuck.
if this is a gang bang situation, Andre's not going to do anything. He's got no. Women are going to have to go on top of him. It's not helpful.
Speaking of gangbang, it's Tristan's turn.
They're gonna get
I
a
have a guess who I think Tristan is.
cunt full of vomit.
All right, fine then. Who am I going to pick?
If you stuck to your theme, you did it last round, but if you stick to your theme of crazy people, I mean, there is a Scottish psychopath on the list. Just saying.
Good call.
Don't you try and influence this man.
I was just thinking of it as a guess. Don't be a guess.
I see the fix is in here. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Person that I am going to pick. I kind of got to stray off the theme now because I want to win this whole thing now.
Mhm.
The person I'm going to pick, I want him to chop the nipples off of everybody.
Oh,
Oh.
And the only person that can chop the nipples out of them is Gunther.
Montez. Oh,
Oh,
Close.
I was gonna say Charlotte Flair.
All right. Charlotte Flair. Yes.
Charlotte Flair.
I was hoping that Tristen. I was hoping he was gonna fall down to me. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but I was hoping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy.
All right. Gunther. Now Harry is up.
Okay, so I was looking over my roster, and some of these are, I'm going in the order I have what's available. I got size with Andre, but I've lost. I got the insane factor heavily. I got a high flyer, but I need a leader because Andre's a quiet leader, and I'm surprised this guy fell down so far. I think he might have fallen down only because Steve didn't write out his full name.
Yes.
I think psychologically a lot of you missed this, dude. I might have to go with Seth freaking Rollins.
That's good.
Seth Franklin Rollins?
Franklin Rollins, his brother. He was the 34th president, I believe, or 32nd. But plus you also get the wise man, Paul Heyman.
It's true.
And then we've lost Braun Breaker. He's not going to participate on our side, but we would still have Bronson Reed.
And you got two pretty decent workhorses there with Seth and Eddie. You got Pillman, who during that period could still work pretty effectively. You got Andre for the draw. You've got Mick to talk him in, make people love.
Yeah, a lot of people can get hurt from my team. A lot of reckless behavior, but that's what we need right now.
All right, Albert, you're up.
This is a difficult one because there's a part of me that wants to go with just me being a mark and just pick Finn Balor because he's like my favorite wrestler and all. But I also want to win, and I think that my team is really, really solid. So I need a really good guy to, clean up, right? I mean, you need that guy with that aura, that it factor. And I don't think there's anybody better than CM Punk.
Yeah.
I'm so close. I thought you were getting short.
I almost did, and then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? My team's too good to shoot myself in the foot with the last pick. I gotta go Punk.
But here's the thing now. CM Punk. You also have a.
If Cena and gotten Punk, I would have had the face of every generation.
Do you think CM Punk is the face of this generation?
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I love CM Punk, but that's
what I'm saying. You wouldn't have had nothing.
Roman and Austin, I don't have, but I'm just.
You didn't have Austin. You didn't have Cena. And now you don't have Punk. You got nothing but Hogan.
Because Steve Austin was a bigger star before The Rock became a star.
I don't want to play anymore.
There we
go. Also, he does get Heyman as well, with Brock Lesnar and CM Punk technically.
Right.
Where's the loyalties lie? Don't gotta worry. Oh, I get Heyman too with Reigns. Okay.
Well, we've already seen what he's done. I mean, it's with Seth Rollins. I mean, he's
okay. So you're saying the finality goes to you? Okay, Ty goes to the runner.
So he's turned his back on all those people. He's yet to turn it on Seth.
All right, final pick, and then we're gonna move on with the show. We're gonna recap the draft, and then
I don't think Should I just pick R-Truth?
Are you picking R-Truth?
No, I am not.
Is that final?
All right.
Fine. You forced me to do this because I don't have CM Punk, and I'm calling an audible. I'm going off the script. I'm ordering off the menu. It is time to go all elite. I am taking Kenny Omega.
Great call.
Who did you say?
Kenny Omega.
Who's she?
And again,
I know
age experience, right?
I can't get Roman Reigns. You know what? I'm calling Kenny. I don't even care.
It's a good call.
Kenny Omega?
You know what's the best part? Because he doesn't know how to sell properly. So, when he gets the nipple stopped off of him, he'll probably just do like 20 super kicks.
Yeah, I have the Rock who oversells, so Kenny will balance.
It balances out.
All right, let's do this. I'll read off everybody's team. Everybody seems to be happy. I have Randy Savage, Yokozuna, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. We're selling tickets. We're whooping ass. AJ has the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the British Bulldog, the Undertaker, Jeff Hardy, and AJ Styles. A very balanced team. A lot of star power there as well. Let's not forget, Jeff Hardy was a huge star, Undertaker, huge star, Ric Flair, one of the biggest stars ever. Deceive Dave, Roddy Piper, talk him in the building. Owen Hart, work rate. Shane McMahon, you get your spectacle. Randy Orton, a leader. And Braun Breaker, the youth. I would say that is one of the better traditional Survivor Series War Games teams there. Pretty good. Tristen, he went crazy. Bob Backlund right out the gate. He'll stretch you. You got a big guy in Psycho Sid. You got a big guy in Kane. You got the two towers there. Tripling up on the meaty men with Mark Henry and Gunther. This is a physical, hard-hitting team, which on paper didn't look so impressive, but when I read it out, somebody's going to get hurt, that's for sure. We got Harry with Andre the Giant, Brian Pillman, Mankind, Eddie Guerrero, and Seth Rollins. When 3 out of the 5 of them will probably be too intoxicated to get to the ring, that might be a problem.
Oh, boy. Is that what I picked? I guess
Andre Pillman and Guerrero.
Yeah, I mean, when your only sober ones are Mankind and then Seth Rollins.
To be fair, Pillman's liable to stab somebody on another team before the match even starts.
That's fair.
And also, we picked Eddie Guerrero from the Ruthless Aggression. That's when he was clean.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
Wait.
He was clean towards the end.
Cleaned adjacent.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're talking 0-2 that he did get fired in 0-2. Oh, man, I messed
Well, that's
up.
okay.
All right.
Psycho Sid is going to show up to a softball game instead.
That's a good point.
All
If
right.
you include the O2 Guerrero, though, you still get domestic violence and alcoholism.
It's
That
true.
could help you in some way.
Could help you in some way.
In some ways.
Gives him an edge of some kind, yeah.
Then we got Albert's team. Dusty Rhodes talking him in the building.
Ooh.
Mr. Perfect, the technician. Sting, for some reason. Oh, War Games experience, I guess.
I mean, he's a draw. He's a massive draw. Big star.
Sure. Down south. It's great.
Oh, boy.
Brock Lesnar for the power and CM Punk to make everybody really annoyed.
I'm not going to front. Lesnar and Punk on the same team is pretty fucking devious. That's pretty
good.
That's pretty
Oh,
fucking-
yeah.
Well, you got
Oh, yeah.
everybody here can cut a promo
Mostly, let's hope
on that team. And Dave Lee,
Except for Brock.
Hulk Hogan, and Bret Hart, they're not going to get along. The Rock isn't going to
Not
like
gonna get along.
any of them. Kurt Angle is going to have to do all the work, and Kenny Omega, Hogan's going to be like, that doesn't work for me, brother. I'm not tagging you in.
And he's going to point to
boy.
the ropes.
War Games,
That's
there's
what
no
matters.
tag.
It's fair. You're right.
That's fair.
They're just not going to pay any attention to him. Oh, do more of this.
Kenny Omega is our Christian Leitner. We found one.
That's,
All right,
that's
that-
a good cut. Yeah, that's a fair.
That's it for the Untitled Super Cool Wrestling Show draft of War Games. And Mr. Harry Terjanian is going to take over here and give... Again, these teams will be posted on my social media and others for you to vote to see who has the winning team. And it is me, but that's fine. That's fine. We give everybody else equal chances. Let's hit it over to Mr. Harold Terjanian with the weather.
Well, thank you, Stephen James, and that War Games situation, which we all regret picking our teams the way they turned out. I think we all regret.
I'm pretty good. I'm fine.
And most of those people are dead at the moment on my team. I also realize it's neither here nor there. Is anyone alive on my team? I think Mankind is still barely kicking, and Seth Rollins is still.
Despite his best efforts, he is still alive.
But is he living? You know what I mean? He's alive, but after what he's done, is he living? Although I heard he may have gotten divorced and is now dating a porn star, I think, an adult film star.
Oh, fuck.
Foley?
Yeah.
I think he was. Hold on. Now we got. I'm
way.
taking us down a tangent because I have
Christy
ADHD.
Canyon? It was like an old school porn star. It's like
Chris Canyon?
No, not Chris Canyon.
Who better than him?
Retired
Christy
porn star is
Canyons?
better than him.
Christy Canyon. Yeah.
No, that's.
But he's still married
let's
to
see.
his wife.
I don't know that he is. I don't know. Christy Canyon. I don't know. There's a rumor going around. I don't know.
As you see, Harry has ADHD. It's
There
right
we
there.
Yeah, right there. You could check out that show every week. I think I'm going to end up doing. I was supposed to do it tonight. I forgot when I accepted this booking that is the time slot when I do my show.
Your own booking.
Yeah, and I said yes because I say yes to things and then deal with the consequences after. But I'm happy to be here. But check out my Harry. Harry has ADHD, and I stream live on basically every platform. So whichever one you want, and then I think I'm gonna have to start cutting them up. So, so check that out. At Harry Terjanian is all that stuff. Harry has ADHD. But what I wanted to do for this special occasion, I wanted to talk about. Look, we all love wrestling, and there are things that work. There are things that don't work. I wanted to talk about the things that either should have worked or they were working and they just never, the companies never ran with it. The gimmicks, the wrestlers where they should have, for some reason it didn't click, and you look back on it and you don't know why it didn't work. I'm going to go with one that's really kind of wild. It's a comedic gimmick, but looking back on it, it was actually one of the more timely gimmicks, and it completely made sense. I didn't expect these guys to draw big time money, but I don't expect everyone to draw. You need some comedic relief. You need a mid card. You need stuff that's fun, unique, and different. There's a little group in WCW at the end of the 90s called 3 Count. Now, 3 Count. Now, you got to remember, kids, that this was in the peak of the boy band era. They came up with an all-boy group, obviously heels getting yelled at and booed out of buildings in Atlanta, and the name is called 3 Count. 98 Degrees, in sync. 3 Count is a great name for a boy band. They'd come out, they'd have the headsets on, and none of them could sing, which was great. They come out. It was reminiscent of the Honky Tonk Man, where he goes, all right, we're going to put on a concert for you. The people boo. Jimmy Hart did a great theme song. They all had the headset mics. They looked great. They looked the part. And all three of those, if I remember, they could actually wrestle pretty well. And for some reason, it just never really worked. Now, in hindsight, as I look upon that, I wonder if part of the reason it didn't work, because they did come in towards the end of WCW where everything was a dumpster fire. But I just think it was perfect timing, perfect inspiration, perfect moment for that. And it just didn't work. Like, why? And then they threw Tank Abbott in there for no reason. So yeah, it's probably.
I was gonna say, you're not gonna mention the albatross that they were saddled with named Tank Abbott. Please.
Well, he wasn't a member of the original 3 Count. You understand? They added him.
Yeah.
And much like Destiny's Child. Well, I don't think they got rid of any members.
They got rid of Michelle, right? Didn't they? They had 4, and then they went down to 3, right?
They got 4. They went down to 3, and even that third one was a rotating third, if I recall.
Yeah, I'm still due.
To me, Destiny's Child was Beyonce and Kelly Rowland twice.
Kelly Rowland, yeah.
The 3 Count did give us one of the best moments ever, which was Tank Abbott coming down to the ring with a full shirt on, but his nipples cut out.
That is
which
true.
Is still one of the greatest fashion things that I've ever seen in the history of my life. So kudos to them for that. But Harry, I'm kind of gonna echo what you're saying.
Sure.
I hated boy bands. I loved 3 Count. Like thought they would like me and my friends in high school. We would we'd come back. We'd talk about what was going on. We knew all the words to the 3 Count song. I'm still to this day, I love Shane Helms. But I thought it was just such a stupid good gimmick. Like, it was perfect for the time. It made total sense. I mean, it's not like the Flying Elvises in TNA where where did that come out of? But this was perfect. I love 3 Count.
And if you hate boy bands, it works because you can boo them. And if you're teenage girls or young kids that love the boy bands, you can enjoy what they do.
Or if you like to eat paste,
I was gonna say, for me back then too, the 3 Count, Evan Courageous, and everybody, and Shannon Moore was them with the Young Dragons. They were the best part of WCW in that period of time, or at least one of the best parts. Like the ladder matches and everything, it made that worth watching. They were the Cruiserweight Tag Division was pretty much one of the only reasons I was watching WCW still.
The in-ring stuff was very good. Yeah, the in-ring stuff was very good at that time. I would personally pick Sean O'Hare. I'm very surprised that devil's advocate gimmick.
That's what I was thinking.
Never really went anywhere.
I knew Albert was going.
Well, because he had the look, he was able to talk, he was able to work well enough in the ring. It just didn't connect to the audience for some reason, and
they paired him with Piper too.
They tried.
It really seemed like they were, he was really going to get there.
I don't know why it didn't resonate with people. Maybe it was because he had a face that looked like he should have been singing in a fucking new metal band. Maybe.
Let me see what Sean O'Hare looks like. I forgot. And I remember.
But the promos were really good. They kind of set him up for success. It just kind of never went anywhere. I don't know. I'm wondering from your guys' perspective, do you think that because there was so much going on and so much talent at the top at that point, it was just so hard for something to break out during that period?
It was the overloaded roster time. This is when WCW and WWE's rosters were mashing into each other at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they were wheedling down who worked and who didn't. And unfortunately, if you didn't get it right away, you didn't stick around for very long.
Did you guys like that?
The explanation or the
No,
the
Sean. Sean O'Hare's
gimmick
gimmick.
was great. The promo
Review
was
AJ's
great.
commentary right now. Review his notes.
It's like the gimmick was awesome. The explanation was shit. I don't know. What he's
I'll
talking
be
about.
honest with you. I don't remember. I remember Sean O'Hare,
Who's
but I don't remember that I might have been out for a minute. That moment that he was around. I remember he did something with Piper, but part of it also is there was no competition, so WWE could do whatever they want at the time. And they did pair him with Piper, but Vince McMahon hated Piper. So it's one of those things where 1 week they're like, oh, it'd be a great idea to pitch him with Piper. And then the second Piper talks about something that Vince doesn't like. Well, now you're pissed off at Sean O'Hare. He had a great look. It's just, I mean, what more could you want? But it just didn't work out. And I think part of that is just the booking that Vince McMahon did. That's it. You know, it just went week to week. And
I
just
think it's partially similar to what Karrion Kross is going through right now. When you have that kind of gimmick where it requires people to think, it's like a little too over the heads for your, let's say, average wrestling fan per se. I'm not excluding myself from that, but it was one of those heavy things that you can't keep going forever. And it's like, it is intriguing, but where do you go with it? And fans in WWE, and I would also say to a degree booking, likes it very simple, black and white. This is the good guy, this is the bad guy. The bad guy is not allowed to have a point in wrestling. You're not. It's like that makes sense. They don't really like that too much in WWE. So I think that was part of what did O'Hare.
It's really hard to pull off the anti-hero.
Yeah. And, and actually, to bring up Sean O'Hare though, and like to merge Harry and Stephen James and Dave's pointing at me because I think he knows where I'm going with this. Another thing that I still have no idea how it didn't catch on, maybe because again, end of WCW, but the Natural Born Thrillers, man, the Natural Born Thrillers were so good, and I don't understand how all of those guys didn't become breakout stars like after all of that. The gimmick, I mean, above average Mike Sanders is by far one of the best wrestling names in the history of professional wrestling. I don't care what anybody says.
One of the best mic workers too, I would say.
Yes, he was excellent on the mic. They all of them can wrestle. Palumbo, O'Hare, Stasiak was okay. They had Reno, like they had a bunch of really good guys in there. And I think maybe it was just, this is the end of WCW era. So maybe, they just didn't get the opportunity. I thought that those were going to be the breakout guys in WWE. And I was shocked to see that like most of them really never even got, some of them didn't even get like a run. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, that's another like a group that I just thought were going to be huge at one point and just fizzled.
They got a run to catering.
That's right.
Oh, I'm completely without it because like we were told that this was the future of wrestling. They're big guys who wrestle like lighter weight guys. They could do it all. They had size, but they also had agility and speed.
And that was why they failed. You just nailed it.
Everything, and
Mark Jindrak.
Mark Jindrak was slated to be an evolution. But to me, the group was the Nexus before the Nexus. So it's like for fans of the Nexus, it's like, well, this is the precursor to that. So I'm completely without notice. Not even a question.
They've just hit why they failed. He just hit it. There. That was the reason they failed.
It's like, what I do?
It's 2001. Big guys that wrestle like little guys. No way. No way.
Well, yeah.
No way you look like that. There's no way you look like that and then you're going to be pushed like that. There's absolutely no.
Well, the other part,
280-pound guys doing hurricanranas was
not at that time. Yeah.
The other part for those poor guys is that they got caught up. They came at the end of WCW, and WWE wasn't respecting like people who had notoriety from WCW. So they certainly weren't going to respect this young and new talent, which is why they got rid of eventually all of them. I don't think anyone in that group ended up surviving that I can recall, right?
I mean, a couple of them had cup of coffees there. Palumbo was there for a little while. O'Hare was there for a little while. Stasiak too. Jindrak, could have been like. I mean, he had that whole big thing with Kurt Angle and Luther Reigns. Like
he was going to be an evolution.
He was going to be an evolution. Like Jindrak was like one of those guys where if the story is that him and Orton were just like menaces backstage, and if like he kind of just caught the heat for most of it because Orton got put in evolution. He was one who got the boot. They put Batista in, and then he just kind of paid for the sins.
Which, by the way, all-time
I
call.
felt like all of them did get looks. It's not like they didn't get looks. Like I don't think they were dismissed. I don't
good enough.
think they were dismissed off the bat.
They just weren't good enough. That's it. That's the short version of the story. They weren't good enough. Everybody has fandom with everybody, but the people who write the checks are the people who are going to pick and they didn't tickle the fancy of the people who wrote the checks. That's the answer to the question. That's it. Just like as far as the gimmicks that, like, when Harry first posted this before we actually went live, a lightning bolt hit my head because along a very akin to the ones that all you guys are bringing up, I'll give you a more modern version. Sammy Callahan's hacker gimmick was something that I thought for a second could have been really fucking huge. And I don't know if it was a crosswire or Callahan, because I know Sammy Callahan and I know how he can be sometimes, especially around management people. And I don't know if he just started rubbing people the wrong way, if they had an idea on paper, like this is going to be this big, massive thing. And then in the midst of trying to pull this off, creative ideas just started ping-ponging. And then they just said, okay, that's it. Bye-bye. And I don't, to this day, I don't know why they didn't push that one forward, but I felt like that could have been something unique as opposed to just a really cool gimmick. I thought he could have done something amazing with that.
I may be wrong here, but didn't he get hurt in that time period? And I think maybe that might have been one of the things.
He was hurt during the time period in which they pitched it. He did a house show as I forgot what his NXT name was.
Solomon Crow.
Solomon Crow. He did something with Solomon Crow when he had like a few weeks. Wasn't a major injury, but that's when they started teasing the hacker thing.
Okay.
Instead of actually having him in the ring because they were buying time for him to heal up. That's why I say I feel like something happened in between that process where he might have stepped on a toe or two and everyone just said, oh, okay, all right, I'll deal with it. Because that's the missing component that people sometimes forget, the distance between fan and worker. The people who work for the company have to deal with the talent. Yeah. So we may be fans of how great they are on camera, but the people behind the scenes are going, "Oh, fuck this guy! Enough! Okay, we get it." That i.e., see the Karrion Kross situation today. So that's it's just what it is.
You think behind the scenes Karrion Kross is a problem? I've not heard this.
I don't think Karrion Kross is a problem. I think Karrion Kross is high on Karrion Kross, and that can be conceived as a problem.
Yeah.
I will say this one as somebody who has had Karrion Kross interact with me on my own YouTube channel. He has come into my live stream. He is a great guy. I will say this. So the idea that he is a problem is ridiculous to me because he has been nothing but kind, and also he's very supportive. So I will say personally, I think he's great.
You better send that man a fruit basket.
Any person, I can tell you from personal experience as someone who's worked with bookers for a number of years, when a booker or a promoter has an idea they feel really strongly about and they pitch it to you and you hear it and the first thing out of your mouth is, I like it, but let's try this. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yep.
It's over for you. Nice try. We'll see you later. Unless you have a track record of doing it on your own, it always hurts you. I don't think Karrion Kross is a bad person. I think he's smart for sticking up for himself. But I can see people going, I don't really want to sit here and deal with that shit all day, so bye.
Well, also, the other thing you got to factor in is sometimes it's show business. There's a lot of moving parts. Sometimes people just get lost in the shuffle. Yeah. So regardless of it's Karrion Kross or other people or Solomon Crow, sometimes when there's time to cut budgets, you could literally be, it could be budget cutting day and you're the first person they see and they go, oh, I haven't used this guy in a while. Let's get rid of. Sometimes it's showbiz. It just doesn't work out. You get lost in the shuffle. They have plans for everybody else.
It's timing,
and it doesn't work. Sometimes the person didn't do anything wrong.
Ain't that look how truth.
Yeah, look how many times we've seen guys who were mid-carders in one company ship over to a different company, and all of a sudden they're in main events. And it's not just because they got noticed there. No, just timing, notoriety. The gimmick catching on. Sometimes what clicked in one place doesn't click in another place, and there are gimmicks that could have, let's face it, Swerve is great. He's got a great following. He's got a big fan base. He's good in the ring. He just wasn't going to get the opportunity to be Swerve in WWE. He got that opportunity in AEW and knocked it out of the park when he got there, right? I think it's a lot of different factors that, like, some of these gimmicks are excellent, but they just might not work exactly where they are or in the time period of where they are.
And to your point, I'll piggyback on what you just said and kind of add it to what Harry said as well. I think it's both at the same time. Maybe you need to cook. I have too many pots on the stove. I don't have the space for you to cook here. So go figure it out somewhere else. And then if you can get it going, I got a burner for you. But until then, I don't have the time to develop you. You have to figure it out by yourself.
You said that with adrenaline in your soul, and I can tell.
But somebody like Swerve, though, Swerve would have never had the opportunity to progress in the WWE because it's bigger sharks. It's bigger sharks in town. When he went to WCW, listen to me. When he went to AEW, it was smaller, and everybody was trying to jockey to see who was the top. You know, at AEW there wasn't anybody really established. That was like a new generation. But in WWE, you already had established people, and for him to come up there, it'd be hard. Like look at LA Knight. LA Knight's trying so hard, character-wise, to move himself up there, but there's so many other bigger fish there. It's not that LA Knight's a bad wrestler. He just has to wait until one of the bigger sharks say, you know what, I'm gonna go see what's in another tank just for him to get that opportunity.
Yeah, LA Knight is a perfect example of a guy like, okay, he's very popular. He's great. He's great on the mic. Really, really great in the ring. I think really good, solid guy in the ring. But it's like when you make movies or in TV, like sometimes to get a movie made, there takes so many steps and so many people in between to get those ideas, to get them approved and not have anyone screw up the ideas. And it's show business. It's sometimes it has to work. He's not doing anything wrong. He's doing exceptionally great. It's just for some reason their focus, it's not even that they don't even like him. Their focus is on other things, and he happens to be just lost in that shuffle.
You know what I think? I think the problem is though with LA Knight, and I've said this on my own show, the Tristen Long Show on YouTube. Got to plug myself. The problem with LA Knight is that I feel like nobody really puts him in danger, and that's how I really felt about Cody Rhodes' first run. I usually put them two in the same exact thing when it comes to, you know, looking at their title runs. After they win the title, it's like, okay, so then what? There's nobody that really puts LA Knight in danger. LA Knight's a great wrestler, like you said. He does really good on the mic, but when it comes to like this, nobody that can really, for the lack of a better term, that could come for his kufi and be like, you know, you got to watch out for that guy. He needs a guy like Randy Orton to rip his head off and just shit down his throat. That's the kind of guy that he needs.
Well, that'll put heat on you. It's definitely shitting down somebody's throat.
That'll put dysentery.
I think they tried to do that with Jacob Fatu, but Fatu just got so over as a babyface, it was just impossible at that point to pull the trigger on it. I think that's they tried, but I agree. I think that there is a point where, you know, we got to care about LA Knight a little bit more than what we do now, and to get him into a position where he's that vulnerable makes us care.
The only people who didn't expect Jacob Fatu to get over as a babyface naturally are the people who have never seen anything he has ever done. Period.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and hey, Steve, I remember when Invictus invited us down, we were front row for Jacob Fatu's main event. But Tristan, one thing I think though, two things about LA Knight, and I like LA Knight, but one, I think that Miz promo really exposed him, and he kind of never shifted into a new gear. After that, he kind of stayed there after Miz completely ripped him apart. And number two, he's old. I mean, I think the fact that he's not a spring chicken, same problem Christopher Daniels had, I think is a factor. I mean, like WWE, he's not too old to wrestle, obviously enough. But WWE wants someone that they can guarantee they're going to get 10 years out of, not 2. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing with wrestling is that I always said, you know, semi-retired pro wrestler over here, but I always say I was a much better wrestler at 35 than I was at 25. I think that somebody like LA Knight, who came in, spent a little bit of time in NXT, who they gave him a shitty gimmick, and he was able to transcend that gimmick. Somebody that would be.
He didn't transcend it. That person got fired. They were able to. The person who really loved that gimmick had to go away for a while. Luckily for LA Knight, so he was able to.
Either way, LA Knight was able to rise up above that gimmick, even though the guy had a name when he wrestled for the NWA. I remember watching him in NWA. LA Knight's a future champion, and I think that I'm going to put him in right now. I know it's not a Royal Rumble, you know, debate, but I'm putting him in to win the Royal Rumble next year. Why the hell not?
I think he should. I think he's had some stumbles. Did everyone get their person in there? Is there anyone who didn't have a chance to list their gimmick or something?
I didn't get my gimmick in, but since
what is it? Let's hear it.
Okay, my gimmick is Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. I loved Ministry of Darkness Undertaker.
Still do.
And if it wasn't for his groin injury, he needs to protect his jewels area a lot better. But Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, that was my guy. I remember when Paul Bearer was talking about that the world was going to be over. I remember when Paul Bearer was talking about that the devil is coming on earth. And I remember a 12, 13, 14-year-old me sitting in front of that TV watching Monday Night Raw with the volume on 5 because my mother didn't want us watching wrestling. I was terrified. And then the guy crucified Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know?
Well, yeah, I think, I forget, it was the injury and then things changed. It was a short lived, but it was one of the many things he transitioned to, which, yeah, it could have gotten over well. I think that one at least got stopped. I think they were going with it. But you're right. I mean, I didn't like the facial hair. I've never been a fan of that thing where you have the bottom goatee, but nothing up top. I always find that creepy.
The catfish.
Is that what it's called? The catfish?
I always called it the catfish.
I don't know why it's called. It's got a flavor saver and the bottom, but no mustache. And that's always the go-to for polygamous cults. I just want to make sure everyone got there.
Darkness was a cult.
No, it works.
It makes
works.
sense.
It absolutely works. I'm just saying.
I will say this: Corporate Ministry, one of the coolest theme songs ever.
I just said it's bomb ass theme. There it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay, since everyone got their gimmick in here.
I got mine. Get mine in real quick.
Oh, you didn't get yours in. I'm sorry.
Get your shit in, brother.
You're good. One of the ones. It's a little bit of a sad one, I guess. But the Owen Hart theme, as I forget the name.
The Black Heart
Blazer.
Oh.
The
superhero gimmick.
Right, Blue Blazer.
Yeah. That one I from my memory.
You were into it.
I think it would have been pretty good, especially it was like I was at the age of being the target for that, and just kind of following the storyline of him always. It was just a really long storyline of him being in the shadow, coming out of the shadow of the Hart Foundation. He had that rebel gimmick right after that. Enough is enough. He wants to be his own man, and then he kind of transferred into a face. Being a superhero and stuff like that, and I thought it was pretty cool with the drink your milk and all that stuff. Like as a kid, I remember that being awesome, and I got a glimpse of it. At least for me, it was a bit of a memory to see Nikki Cross kind of do what she was doing with the action.
Oh yeah, almost superhero. Yeah.
Almost a super was kind of like I felt like that was a piece of that. But it would have been really cool to see him really live out that whole. Like he really had a full-blown wrestling storyline that was more of a shoot than it was a gimmick. And to see the superhero, which probably would have been closer to that. I mean, we don't know what came after it, but it would have been interesting to see him like really have that gimmick flush out, see what happened to it.
Yeah, it would have been. We got some glimpse of that with some of the comedic ones with the Hurricane and Rosie and of course Nikki Cross and stuff. And you lost in it. You forget after dealing with the death. Lost in the shuffle of everything is that he had a lot of great gimmick changes. Like just did so much.
And that gimmick was catching on enough that there's a really general giant consensus that he's supposed to win the Intercontinental title from the Godfather, the night he passes. So like I think that and remember the build with that was also no one, we all knew it was Owen, but we didn't know it was Owen, and then they had Jarrett come out in it, and then they had other people, I think it was really interesting that it was fun. It was very fun.
Does that sound familiar, Americano?
Oh yeah, and it's great. It's great. Well,
exactly.
There's never an end to the number of things that WWE or other companies drop, but there is an end to my portion of this segment. I'm going to pass it along to a man. When I started in this business, I don't hang out with him enough. We see each other. I see his trademark hat. He's always around, and we're always ships in the night. Give it up for Mr. AJ Orsini, everybody.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be the bearer of serious news.
Oh no!
There's so many topics that everyone has tonight that's going to be so fun-filled and so awesome, and I can't wait to play along. And for you out there watching the stream, you're going to have a great time with the rest of this show. Unfortunately, on my show, we have absolutely zero problem tackling situations that would get me banned from every promotion I've ever worked with ever.
Oh boy.
I love pushing the buttons when it's stuff like that, and I love having open dialogue, and I wanted to take this opportunity to be around some of the best wrestling minds that I can possibly think of to, quote, nitpick the brain a little bit, because there has been some amazing news taking place, and I mean amazing in the worst possible negative way that you could possibly have it. There's been some news here in the wrestling world that I want to pick the brains of everyone here, get their thoughts, get their takes. But there was a little situation down at Knox Pro Wrestling that I would love to talk about, because I think that as people who both talk about the industry, and for some of us that are in this chat, that are in the industry, I take it as a personal pride to set records as straight as humanly possible and to give genuine thought outside of the titillation of a story. And what I mean by that is that here on Orsini's Uncensored Mind, we don't do topics based on shock value. We don't do topics based on clicks. We don't do it on views. Actually, one of the main premises of my show is I don't give a shit what my audience wants to hear.
Oh boy, that's
I talk about on my show because I feel like fucking talking about it. If it happens to be a topic you want to hear, come on and tune in. If it's something you don't want to hear, get the fuck out of the way for the rest of the house of O. So I wanted to bring that attitude and that take here to the Untitled Super Cool Wrestling Show, because down in Knox Pro Wrestling, and this is how close to the button I am, the Anawahi family gave me quite a few blessings in my career over time. But I am prepared to destroy them at this point because in pure fairness of the situation, I think it needs to be discussed on both sides of the coin. So allow myself to preface before I ask you guys the questions that I'm going to ask you. Steve, you know how this goes. I'm about to go on the soapbox.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Raja Jackson. Raja Jackson is the individual who was the son of Rampage Jackson. He is an MMA fighter that happened to be at a pro wrestling show. Knox Pro Wrestling is the actual name of the company that had this show. Raja is a content creator, much like his father, and they're constantly having cameras on them, and they're constantly making content for whatever streaming or whatever site they use. I don't know. I don't give a shit. The point is that they have cameras at all times, and they were invited to Knox Pro Wrestling to attend a show and to be a part of the festivities in some way. I don't even think they knew how. And there was a situation involving Raja Jackson and a pro wrestler by the name of Psycho Stu. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go blow for blow. Here's the quick deal. Psycho Stu was under the impression that there was a work taking place in the back. He took a can beverage. It's up for debate what was in the beverage. The can had fluid in it, but it was open. So it wasn't like getting hit with a brick of a soda can. It was opened. There was spray. There was a whole shebang. Raja got hit with the can, completely no-sold it, obviously, because what the fuck. And Psycho Stu and them went face-to-face. There was a discussion that took place. One person thought it was a work. Raja clearly doesn't even know what the fuck that is.
Good.
And then there was a conversation that ensued. There was some apologies made, a few handshakes, which I'm going to get to in a second. And then there was a discussion that we're gonna turn this into a thing. Let's turn this into a thing. And they had Raja sit front row for the actual show, in which Psycho Stu was in the ring at the time. They gave the Iggy to Raja to come on in, and he slides into the ring, proceeds to do one of the sickest double legs I've ever seen in my entire life, which initially knocked him out, and then proceeded to throw not one, not two, not three, but 22 punches to the knocked out unconscious individual, while the referee and other talents just kind of stood there and watched a thriller horror movie happen right in front of them. And then there was a gentleman who was in the match previously who came out. Apparently he was the only one in the building with testicles, and came in and grabbed the MMA fighter off of him while Stu lay completely motionless, to which some tubby fuck from the outside of the ring slides into the ring, pins the unconscious, bleeding, beaten man to a 1-2-3 count. They escorted Raja out of the building, which I'm assuming, based on the logistics, had to have been like about 10 feet from the ring. And he left to the outside, at which his content creation continued. We saw footage of Raja on his phone discussing with people, oh, he's flatlined in the ring, he's completely unconscious. There is a lot more specifics. I only have 30 minutes, but my main point of why I'm bringing this is this. I definitely want to hear the opinions of everybody on this panel here, and I will
Ask me.
I will ask you the questions directly, specific questions to the specific topic. But I do want to lead off this topic by just very, very quickly. I want to state for the record my own personal opinion about Raja being that he is an animal. He is not fit for society. He has not been fit for society in quite some time. His own father has said on multiple occasions, he's got two sons, he's got two funds, a college fund for one and bail money for the other. The one who went to Knox Pro Wrestling was the one with the fucking bail money. Okay? Now, this is only my opinion. This is not the opinion of anybody on this panel, unless they want to co-sign or whatever the case may be. I believe Knox Pro Wrestling was looking for a TMZ moment. I believe that's what this situation was. I'll believe it till the end of time. They invited this man knowing he had a hair trigger, and they poked, and before they even knew it, they were way in over their head and didn't have a clue what was going on or how they could stop it. They didn't know what they got the ball. That handshake that everyone leans on. Oh, they apologized. There was a handshake. I am from what they call the projects. And in the projects, let me explain something to you. The minute that can hit his head,
it was over.
His mind, he came to the decision, I'm fucking this guy up. It's just a matter of when. So when they told him, we're going to give you an opportunity to fuck him up, just wait a few minutes, and in the ring, you can do it in front of everybody. Of course I'm going to shake his hand. Sure, buddy. Oh, man, it's all under the bridge. And he's in the front row on camera going, no, they said I can hit him for real. I can hit him for real. And he went into the ring, and he hit him for fucking real. So, you poke the dog, you poke the dog, you poke the dog. Eventually, the dog will fucking bite you. Are you mad at the bomb for exploding, or are you mad at the man who put the bomb in the building in the fucking first place? He is not fit for society. He is a fucking manic dog. But that dog didn't wander into Knox Pro Wrestling all by accident. I don't think he's a subscriber to the YouTube channel. I don't think he sought out the tickets. I don't think he helped flyer. I think he was asked to fucking be there specifically to be set the fuck off. But it cost him. Because now there's a gentleman with barely any fucking teeth, losing a quart of fucking blood in the middle of a fucking ring in front of his fucking family. So, that's my editorial on the fucking situation that happened. But I do have questions for the panel, and I can see that Tristen is bursting at the fucking seams to get his hands on this situation. So I think generally, I'll start with Tristen in saying, Tristen, where do you sit with this entire situation?
Where do I sit? I sit right here in motherfucking New York. But I tell you this, there's a lot of people that are accountable for this whole entire thing. This Absolutely. Is actually one of the topics that I wanted to talk about. But I saw that you were doing this. I said, all right, let me let you go ahead and do your thing. But my whole thing here is that the Psycho Stu, Psycho Stu, he has a level of accountability in this whole entire thing. Because where do you come up hitting a guy in the head with a can because you want to work? I think what was really happening, I'm only freestyling here, like my name is Jay-Z. I'm freestyling because what I'm saying is that Psycho Stu was probably a dickhead. And, that's why the promoters are like, all right, go ahead, do your thing. Because the promotion as well, too, of Knox Pro Wrestling, here's where they're accountable. They're accountable because they allowed a person that was untrained to get into the ring with a person that is trained in pro wrestling. What do you expect the guy to do? You can't put your hand in a dog's mouth and get upset when the dog bite you. Roger's an animal, like you said. What should have happened was after that whole entire incident, they should have sent him on his way, right? Also, what should have happened was the Psycho Stu should have been sent home for the night as well, too, because his behavior was definitely unprofessional. The first word in professional wrestling is what? Professional. And he didn't behave like a professional the entire time. You hit the guy in the head with a can and expect what? Oh, the guy's supposed to dap you up and y'all supposed to be good? Let me tell you something. Where did Raja practice a double leg takedown before in his life? He didn't even do that. And you know me, for anybody that doesn't know me, I got my own thing that I do on YouTube, and I'm also a semi-retired pro wrestler. Psycho Stu didn't even bump for it properly, right? No. He wasn't able to take his own bump. He went up, and where his feet went was where Raja put them. It's wrong. Raja deserves big time accountability, and Knox Pro Wrestling is telling the workers not to cooperate with the police. You know what they did? And I'm sorry, and I'm trying not to get the cuss words out right now, but I'm going to have to say it. But you know what Knox Pro Wrestling did? They fucked up the money. And the way that they messed up the money is that now they're not affiliated with WWE ID anymore.
Yep.
For whatever the reason may be, you have that opportunity to where you can utilize your school to bring people in. Because you can say, hey, well, we're affiliated with the WWE, and you could charge a premium on your price. And you allowed 5 seconds to fuck that up. Everybody at Knox Pro's an idiot. And I met Rikishi. I wrestled Rikishi. Rikishi's a really nice guy. But the people that were in charge of running Knox Pro Wrestling that night, shame on them. Shame on Psycho Stu, and 100% shame on Roger as well too.
Steve, I have to ask you this question. I'm sorry.
His blood pressure.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
I know.
Let me help
Steve,
you.
Steve, I have to ask you this question because you and I in the past, much like Harry said earlier about two ships passing in the night, you and I have been two ships working in the same dock. We have worked the same promotions together. We have shared a locker room together. And I want you, please, to feel free to share any opinions you have on the topic. But I'll start you off with this question. How many times have you ever seen in your professional career someone in the locker room do something to someone they consider to work without even talking to the other motherfucker he's working with?
Honestly, I've never seen that.
Because it doesn't fucking happen. But
That's right.
Yeah.
In order for it to be a work, it needs to be two people.
I've never heard of a situation where one person was working with another person and the other person had no fucking clue they were involved in the work that you're trying to pitch.
What people don't seem to understand about pro wrestling sometimes from the outside is the most important thing with it, besides the money, the thing before that is consent. Two people are entering a consensual relationship with each other's bodies, and no, not in a happy, fun Vegas way. I'm talking about there's a safety contract between the two of them. Now, I've seen people get heated about things that people have said, people who have gone too far maybe with their words or their physicality. Somebody's potatoed them, and then there's a receipt that comes. But there are checks and balances there when you have professional wrestlers involved in it where they know you've potatoed me, you've got a receipt coming. After that happens, bygones, we're done. We've handled that there. This person does not work in those rules, in that context, in that universe where these rules, much like baseball, when you hit a batter, they are established norms that are there. There was a systematic failure from top to bottom here with everything. They did fuck up the money, but most importantly, they fucked up the trust of anybody who wants to work in that ring to prioritize the money. I think anybody who's been working for several promotions before have seen promoters make decisions that aren't in the best interest for their company or their workers sometimes in order to get a cheap pop or to get a boost of ticket sales and stuff like that. That happens, but never in my opinion or my experience have I seen it at the cost of human life. Because let's be fair, that was tantamount to attempted murder.
100%.
I've never seen it to that extreme in anything that I've been involved with, but also the state of the locker rooms that I've been in would never have allowed that to happen. And that starts with the leadership of people within that locker room to see something like that progressing. And then there were off ramps at any point. While Raj was, to your point, AJ, and your point, Tristen, he was set off early. At any point, someone could have guided that out the fucking door.
Right.
And nobody did.
It would have defeated the purpose. That's not what they wanted. They wanted the TMZ moment.
That's true.
They got it. They got it.
They got it in the worst possible way. Dave knows. Can I just ask you this question? Because so far, I think everyone across the board understands that Raju is not the individual to be put in that position. He can be physically violent. Everyone knows that. But as aggressive as that was, and I think across the board, people will all agree that it was egregious. It was above the line. It was too far. But the one thing that I would like to point out, and I'm going to ask you about this, he hasn't been arrested yet. And I think the biggest reason he hasn't been arrested yet is because it's not exactly clear cut as to the culpability of this situation. Because Raj's people are saying he was given permission to go into that ring. And if you look at the video, Reno Anawahi, who was the promoter and the booker at the time, the representative of the company, actually did use the words, "You can go in the ring and fuck him up." That's what he's using as his backbone argument. Legally, how do you foresee this all coming out between company and Raja?
I think that's a fantastic question, and thank you for asking me this. Now, the way I look at it is, if anyone's seen the movie Now You See Me, where it was about a bunch of magicians who staged a bank robbery, then turns out the money was actually gone. They weren't arrested for it because they said, "Is the FBI saying they believe in magic now?" That's kind of where I think we're at a holding pattern here, because yeah, we all know pro wrestling is work, but at the same time, where does that happen? Like, if you were charged for assault for this case, and it went off the rails, obviously, but do you have a charge for if you botch and injure somebody severely? Can you now press charges against that person? Like, where is the culpability? Where exactly do we have that line? Because what we do is in this weird gray area that doesn't exist under normal legal functions. So it's a really hard call, because how do you determine, is this just a really bad botch? Is this someone really going off script? You know, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, where would we take that? There was no arrest made for that whatsoever. And also, as was pointed out earlier, the people involved are highly encouraged not to deal with the authorities.
Yeah.
But I would say one more thing that I am interested in, because Rampage Jackson said this himself or a little earlier. He mentioned that he felt that a lot of people, I'm paraphrasing, a lot of racist people might have might be exposed or their level of thinking. And I do see that in social media. But tying this all together, I would say is what I'm curious about is the charge that some people are talking about, is this attempted murder? That I'm questioning. I don't know about that personally. I really don't. I mean, it was an assault, duh. But, like, can we say what the motive was? Can we say what his exact end goal was with this? That I don't know. So I think until those charges, I don't think they can be brought up, at least not yet. That's what I would say.
You see, I wouldn't think it's attempted murder, though, because he didn't want to, like, you know, put him in the hole. He just wanted to F him up. That was it.
There is a different standard when you are a trained mixed martial artist or you have a background. There is a different standard when it comes to that. When you know your hands and feet and body are a lethal weapon, you have a responsibility to use them correctly. It elevates everything you do from just a guy having fun kicking the shit out of somebody into fucking attempted goddamn murder.
Well, that should be part of the training and the teaching, but I don't even think he was trained in MMA properly, or, you know, whatever. That's not part of the discipline. But it does go to show you how dangerous these independent companies are, because we forget that an independent company, depending on the state, you don't need much regulation. You just need an empty warehouse and a ring and some funding.
Actually,
you don't even need that.
I double checked it before we did this show.
Oh, good.
That show took place in California, which is a state athletic commission promoter's licensed state.
Oh, but his blood pressure was fine.
So there's a lot of people pushing for the suspension of license for that exact situation that you just mentioned. Now, there's also a lot of communication taking place, and if there's going to be any positive to this situation, I think this is this. And I've said this on my show. Much like Tristen, I've been in the ring. Steve, you know my history. I've been in the ring as a performer, ring announcer, commentator. I've done everything, including pop the popcorn and set up the chairs. I've done everything in this industry for well over a decade. I'm advocating for stronger licensing protocol between companies. I'm advocating to bring back professional wrestler licenses for the wrestlers to be physically vetted before getting into the ring. I advocate for all of those situations. I'm one of the few people that was in favor of the stricter guidelines in New York City for this exact reason. For people who bring in the Costco guys and the Walmart guys and the Stone Cold ETs back in the day. That's a throwback for you people. Every time one of these idiotic fads take place and we have to be put in the ring as professionals in these situations and make it worse and make it work. I'm a big fan of the Last Dragon movie. I got a chance to work with Tiamat in the ring, and that was scary because he wanted to do real shit. And you got to tell this motherfucker, please be easy. So I understand on the low level of what that's like. This was TNT. They were playing with TNT. This was Wile E. Coyote thinking this is the time I got the Roadrunner right here, and they got in way over their heads. Albert, I'll ask you this question as we start to gear toward the end of the segment. Albert, I will ask you this question because I see you beaming. I see you just frothing at the mouth here. At the start of this conversation, and feel free again to relay all of your opinions on the situation, but I do want to give you a start path in asking you. There's a lot of people who look at Raja and say he shouldn't have been in that position, he shouldn't have done this, he shouldn't have done that. Do you believe that it was, regardless of how we feel about Psycho Stu, do you feel that was the appropriate individual to put in that situation with Raja? If they were even, let's say all across the board, everything worked out great, let's do a work. Was Psycho Stu the individual for that work?
Absolutely not. And I mean, we can go back to what Tristen said. There has to be, and what Steve said too, there has to be a level of consent. There has to be a level of trust. There has to be a level of understanding if you're going to have a work. You can't, walk up behind somebody, smack them in the back of the head and be like, I was just joking. It's, that you smacked them in the back of the head. And if you're going to do that, that's going to make somebody angry. And even if you're going to be angry, and even if in the moment you're going to shake hands and say, hey, I'm not angry anymore, you're going to sit there for another 2 hours during a show and stew in it, and then you're going to get the opportunity to go in there to do something physical. It's going to happen. Even if you're not intending it to happen, it's going to happen because you're going to get yourself worked up. The big issue that I have with this whole situation is, despite everything that happened, there is video evidence of Raj Jackson sitting in the audience on the phone, talking to somebody saying, I know wrestling's fake. I know this isn't real, but I'm going to fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
And there is nobody around at any point. There isn't a handler. There isn't a person that's sitting next to him, a representative from that company sitting near him, listening in on that phone conversation that's going to relay something into the back and go, guys, we got a problem. This guy's out for blood, and he's not out for just, hey, I'm going to, get my revenge. This guy's out for blood. And it's exactly what Stephen James said. You are going to put yourself in a position as a person who knows that my father is a mixed martial arts fighter, one of the most prolific in the sport. You know that you're trained in some way. You know that you know how to hit people. You know that you had to hit people for maximum force. You should not be, in any sense of the imagination, not know A, how to work your punches, or B, be put into a position where you're told to get physical, where you, because there has been saying that people have said that Psycho still even consented to Raj Jackson coming in and hitting him as hard as he possibly could. Even if that's the case, if you are an MMA fighter, you have to know, I can't hit him as hard as I can, because if I do, I will break this man's face. It's just irresponsible in every sense of the word. I have never worked. Look, I'm probably the only person here. I've never worked in professional wrestling at all. I've never worked backstage. I have friends who have. I have a lot of people who I admire that I know that have. As a fan, I know that that's not something you do, because if I was asked to do something like that, I would say no, because I would know that enough sense to say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't put me in this position, because God forbid I hurt somebody else. He didn't care about hurting somebody else. And that's the biggest part of this whole thing. He not only did he not care, he wanted to. And and you reap what you sow, right?
Deceive Dave, my brother, my co-host, my brother from the same exact mother. I've checked. We have the same parents. And I wanted to ask you the question that I've been dying to ask you since this whole thing came out. As an individual who does not like motherfuckers playing with your head, like you snap at all that stuff, right? From the very, very beginning, there was obvious contempt. There is no footage of Raja walking around, shaking hands, and enjoying his time at Nox Pro, and then all of a sudden some bullshit happens. Started right from the word go, there was tension and there was an issue. I've said this sentence out loud. You can agree or disagree, but it's a starting point for you. As much shit as everyone's giving Raja, and it's absolutely warranted, he should get the shit, I kind of feel like Raja was set up. Like, this was a situation where they kind of knew what they were doing here. It just got way more abusive than they thought it was going to get. What's your stance on the possibility that maybe they brought Raja in here for this exact controversy?
Well, I think you asked me this is actually the perfect question. It was like you were reading my mind.
I'm like 6 for 6. My questions are top tier right now.
Because I'm gonna start where Albert ended, and everything he said was nice, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. But you're talking like someone with sense, and someone who can center themselves, and someone who can, all right, I don't like the disrespect. He apologized. I'll take the L, move on. It is what it is. X, Y, Z could happen. He doesn't really seem like that person. Yeah. So I'm going to speak from that perspective, because it's funny that you said that I don't like people touching my head. You know me growing up. Yep. I'm very much that. What you saw was me growing up. I would
anger issue, yeah.
The chairs in school with the 4 legs. I threw it legs first at people. I was that guy, very angry. So when I see it, it's almost like, damn, I just see myself as a kid again. getting so angry. And one really hit me when he was outside snapping, like absolutely crashing out.
Yep.
About, oh, you're not bullying me no more. Everybody think I'm a punk. Like, I'm going to stop talking about the wrestling, the setup, the all that. Y'all got that. This is the point I'm going to make here is that all that told the whole story. And he is mentally unstable. He needs to be able to reallocate himself and get himself figured out. But unfortunately, in the world that he lives in, it's damn near impossible unless he kills a man. Because with streaming, with all those eyes on you, you're trying to make a name. You're Rampage's son. He's already speaking negatively about you. You got a chip on your shoulder. Fuck all the famous stuff, the wrestling, all that stuff. That messes you up here. And what's going to end up happening, which kind of already did, is you're going to be put inevitably in a situation where you're going to make a decision. And if you're level-headed, like Albert said, you'll come out of this annoyed and probably grow from it, and it is what it is. Or if you're a hothead like I know I was when I was a kid, I can't tell you how many times I was this close to being in his situation. I've had a kid pinned to the ground, putting all of my weight on his head, trying to hurt him because I was so angry. So if you can't pull yourself together, especially the craziest shit that no one's really even mentioning, he was up here and brought it back here to only premeditate and bring it right back here. You know what kind of level of anger you have to be like, okay,
Put it on the back burner for a second.
no,
Yeah.
we're good.
Let it
Don't
stew.
worry about it. And then the whole time, like, yo, I'm gonna. And at no point did you go, man, I know if I really get a chance to hit him, he's gonna die. And the thing that he didn't also understand is that the guy's not gonna fight back. He thinks it's a show.
Right.
So he's not gonna guard. He's not gonna grab you when you pick him up so he doesn't slam his head. He's just wrestling and he's putting on a show. He's in performance mode. So there's no guard. He's just sitting there like this, completely knocked out because he didn't take the bump correctly. And now he's just getting his face pummeled and no one's reacting because everyone's in gimmick mode. No one, and the dude's just wailing on him.
Which brings me to my next question, and Harry, I'll end this whole thing with you. I'll piggyback that exact thing. I got the vibe watching this whole thing play out, 22 punches deep, that whatever they discussed was going to be the work. It seems like they only discussed it within that triangle. It looked like the referee had no clue what to look for, because what referee is going to sit there and let a person get hit in the face 22 times? The other talent didn't seem too hesitant to get in there. My initial reaction when I saw this is, what a bunch of pussies. To just sit there and watch their friend be pummeled until the end of time. But after reviewing the footage more and looking at it from different angles and looking at it multiple times, I saw more confusion than I saw panic. So what did you see when you saw that footage? Do you think everybody was on the up and up and just didn't do anything, or you just thought people didn't know anything that was happening?
Well, when you do a professional wrestling show, not everyone is involved and knowing everything, depending on the level of the independent show. There's also not monitors backstage. So the backstage is, you know, depending on this was not a high production, high value show. It didn't seem, I don't know if they were in a corn barn or whatever, but by the way, also it's
7-Eleven freezer. That's what they.
Yeah. By the way, also it's tough for me to take this story seriously when you keep mentioning Psycho Stu, because I just keep thinking that his former tag team partner is Disco Stu.
Whoa! We all know Disco Stu doesn't advertise. Come on now.
He doesn't advertise, and he doesn't do no jobs.
No,
Disco Stu doesn't do jobs. But I think part of it is that, you know, it's amateur hour, but I think a lot of the people didn't know what was going on for sure. But after the first couple punches, when a guy is knocked out and you see this guy ain't slowing down, you have to come in there.
I would think around punch 13 and 14, you start getting concerned about.
I just think those guys weren't, you know, they're behind the curtain and someone calls them. Or you also, when you deal with this, I'm very selective with what companies I work for, because I don't want to deal with any crazy chaos. We've never had anything that bad. But when you deal with outsiders, you have people no-showing or people going into business for themselves or wanting it to be cool. When you talk to that guy and you realize, like, this there's nobody behind the wheel, that's when you have to go, listen, either we don't do this segment, or, bro, you got to do me a favor, stay by the curtain here. I need everyone to stay by the curtain, because this could go South. It's just unprofessional on every level. It's just a lot of these independent shows, they are chaotic. They're not run properly. It's just slapping things together, low budget, and this is the result of it. You're trying to bring in an outsider, and they didn't sit down with him properly several times and track it beat by beat of what needs to happen. Especially when someone's an outsider, you got to let them know everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
In the meantime, and that's the end result of it. So it was just a shit show, and that's the sad result. But it's also why I'm very selective with who I work for as a manager or commentator, because I'm not going in there with somebody untrained.
Fucking marks.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate, first and foremost, I appreciate everybody. Steve, for giving me my 30 minutes. I appreciate everyone's time here. There will be more on this topic on next week's episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, because I didn't get it all out. But
no.
He's like, there's still more in here.
I'm holding back.
There's more details, there's more facts, and by next week we'll probably have a more definitive response as to what is actually legally going to happen. So there'll probably be more information as it comes out. So thank everybody for the time that I've been given today, and I cannot wait for the next segment, because Tristen is up next, and I can't wait to see what this guy brings to the table.
Look, fine. Well, since I can roll the grenade into the room and walk out, all I want to say on the last.
Wait, you can't say that to a war vet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's true.
Trigger warning.
Apparently, we're only double-legging war vets at this point. So
Okay,
The
fair
reason
enough.
why nobody did anything is you got to think of it like this. It's like walking into a room and your crush is sitting there, her tits are out.
Okay, I want to see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I'm a little lost, counselor.
I don't.
You just don't believe it. You're in shock.
Oh, okay.
Everybody was in shock with the whole thing. Come on,
I
bro.
have never met a pair of titties that shocked me to the point where
Never?
I'm frozen.
Bro, imagine you got a crush, bro, and you walked in the room and
Is
you go, oh,
13-year-old AJ Orsini.
If I walk into a room where my crush has her titties out, I got the apron going. Here we go.
You know what? Hold on. I can vouch. I've kind of low-key seen him do it once. So
Wait, the apron?
I can vouch for it. Not so
No,
much
I
the
don't-
apron.
He
but
hit you
I
with the
don't-
ratatouille?
Yeah, no, I don't have an issue with the opposite sex. I see titties, I go num num.
all right, well, you know,
I
I
go
need.
full num num.
Well, all right. So since we're pivoting, I need everybody to get locked on this one. This is normally the style of how I do it on the Tristen Law Show.
Let's
What
go.
I'm talking about today is Chris Jericho, the first undisputed champion, the Ayatollah of rock and roller. The reason why the AEW even had a star power out the gate. He liked an Instagram post that was teasing his WWE return. So let's talk about it. Should Chris Jericho go home for one last run, or should the king stay where he helped build the kingdom? I don't know. I think that by Jericho liking the post teasing his WWE return, it really didn't say anything. It could have been him just seeing it on the internet and just being bored and just thinking, well, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and like the whole thing, because it stirs up the internet. Now the internet is talking. His contract is up in December 2025. So where will he end up? You know, will he end up in the Royal Rumble? Will he go to TNA because he's never been there? I don't think he's going to TNA. But if he had a choice to go, I would think the place that he's going to go to would be the WWE. Because you know what? For the lack of a better term, there's still a lot more that Chris Jericho, well, not a lot more. There's still a little bit more that Chris Jericho has to do for his return. Dave knows, I know that you are the most controversial person here because I've been on your show. I subscribe to your YouTube channel. Where do you think Chris Jericho is going to end up if he does leave AEW?
I mean, first of all, I do want to agree with what you just said about, you know, Jericho could be, you know, it's just liking an Instagram post doesn't mean nothing. I mean, for those of you who may not remember, he posted a picture of himself standing in front of the TNA logo as an April Fool's Day joke. So it's not like stirring up troubles beyond Y2J, because of course it is. Now, for me, I'm going to say this is conditional. For Chris Jericho, if it's about getting that Hall of Fame induction, if it's about just getting in there and retiring, going back to WWE, I get it. However, at the same time, there have been AEW talents such as Billy Gunn, who was technically inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as part of DX, even though he was still an AEW wrestler. So it's not like it's mutually exclusive. It's not like you can't do both. But I'm going to put it this way. As far as I'm concerned, Chris Jericho retired in 2017. We've been staring at Moon Goose McQueen ever since.
Damn.
I don't know anything else. I don't think he has anything left off, or like it would be great. It would be the pop. And one thing I hate is fans love looking towards the pop. They always say, "Oh, imagine the pop." But yeah, if he shows up at the Royal Rumble with the countdown clock, yes, there will be a pop. But then what? I don't think he's bringing anybody through the door. I think he's already exposed himself for not being as good as a lot of us said he would, including myself, who said, "Oh, if they would just run with him and put a little more confidence behind him." Like, why didn't him and KO main event WrestleMania? I get it now. I get it. I still like Chris Jericho to a degree, but I think there's a lot of things about him in recent years that have kind of undone his own legacy. I don't know that he has more to add to the table. It's not. The question to me is, should Chris Jericho go back to WWE? It's why would WWE want Chris Jericho? Give me a good reason for that. Not saying there isn't one, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So, as far as I'm concerned, Chris Jericho, AEW, WWE, retire. That's what I would say. The answer is none. But if it is a Hall of Fame thing, fine. WWE, go back and get your flowers, as the kids would say. But other than that, I really don't see anything he brings to the table for either party at this point.
I think that if Chris Jericho is going back to WWE, he should do exactly what he was trying to do in AEW, and that is help the younger talent get over. Because the issue, I felt like there's a lot of knucklehead people that worked in AEW, and like they just weren't listening. Like Jericho had the Jericho Society. He had the Learning Tree. It couldn't get any more like tongue-in-cheek other than the Learning Tree. And I just felt like there's no real big stars that came out of that whole entire thing. You got Jake Hager, who had the opportunity to be with Chris Jericho. And what's he do now? Sit at Chris Van Vliet and act like, he was the creme de la creme of pro wrestling. But do you think that, and when I'm putting this towards Albert, do you think that Chris Jericho deserves a Hall of Fame induction in the WWE?
Dave, do you want to answer that for me? Do you think you know what I'm going to say? Chris Jericho is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. 100%, yes. He absolutely deserves a Hall of Fame spot. I mean, no matter what, even if you factor out what he's done for AEW, if his career did end, like Dave said, in 2017, he's still a Hall of Famer, right? I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind. I think what Jericho's done since has almost enhanced where he once was, and then AEW. And here's my thing: I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk negatively about AEW, the promotion. I don't want to talk negatively about any promotion. What I do like to talk negatively about is the fan bases. And for me, I hate the AEW fan base with a blind passion, because the second that Chris Jericho didn't get to a point where he slowed down a couple of steps. Let's face it, he's older. He's a little bit more experienced. He's not the Chris Jericho of 2010. He's definitely not the Chris Jericho of 2005, 2006, right? You know what you're supposed to get. And I don't think Jericho slowed down to the point where people have made it like, oh my God, he's terrible. I think he's absolutely fine. I think if you have him in a limited number of appearances where he comes in and he has a good program with somebody to set up, I think he's fine in WWE. My biggest thing about Chris Jericho is I don't know what he wants to do after he's done in the ring. And I think that we all know that his in-ring career is wrapping up. If Chris Jericho wants to, like you said, Tristen, stick to putting over or evolving the business afterwards and helping the younger talent, WWE's the right place to go, right? They've got the Performance Center. They've got a place for him to go and teach a promo class or teach, guys how to work in the ring, teach a character. AEW doesn't have any of that yet. And I think that might be the biggest thing that a lot of people are missing from where Chris Jericho makes his decision. Sure, he can say in AEW and help people and even work behind the scenes. But how much is he really doing when he doesn't have, where his expertise aren't going to be seen as much? He's not a booker. He's not a promoter. He's not a producer. He's a wrestler. And I think that if he wants to help the rest of the wrestling industry, you go to WWE where they've got the built-in system.
You see, the thing though with Chris Jericho, he's not just a wrestler, he's a chameleon. And the real question is does he still need WWE or does WWE need him? Honestly, 100%, when I'm answering that question, WWE does not need Chris Jericho in any way whatsoever. And Albert, I'm sorry if I'm offending you. You know what?
No, it's fine.
Get over it. But
Get over it.
But does he still need WWE though? I think he does. I think he needs to go in there and put the cherry on top of the sundae. He has built, Chris Jericho, one of the greatest legacies of all time. He was the guy that fought, He was the CM Punk of his generation, minus the microphone. He broke out of WCW, came to WWF, stand there in front of The Rock, and The Rock goes, "Excuse me, who are you?" "Oh, my name is Chris." "It doesn't matter what your name is." And then he made himself a bigger star, so much that he was able to go, that he was one of the biggest free agents at the time that went to AEW. You see, is Chris Jericho's WWE return inevitable or is unnecessary? He's done everything in the WWE, though. He's the first WWE undisputed champion when they had 2 belts, but then now these days it's like 3, 12 belts. I don't know. He's won the Royal Rumble. He's a 6-time IC
He didn't win the Royal
champion.
Rumble. That's the only thing he didn't do.
He didn't win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's the only thing he hasn't done.
He
It was
did,
Sheamus.
but he did get to kiss China.
Who
And that's
hasn't?
good.
I saw that
Close,
on
yeah.
video.
Right.
Well, there were 30 guys who tried to kiss China in that
Oh,
video,
that
if you
against
remember.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of people.
that's a different video.
Ah,
But
gotcha.
since leaving though WWE though, is leaving WWE, Chris Jericho, he's rejuvenated his career in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he helped launch AEW. But no Hall of Fame, no WrestleMania moment. The question that I'm going to throw out there to my good friend Stephen James, the host of the whole entire panel here, does going back help his legacy or does it water it down? I want to hear what you think.
He can't water it down any more than he has by going to AEW to begin with, because that was an abject failure in my opinion. It helped no one at all. I don't think anybody is better. Maybe AEW got those early eyeballs, but he's gone through 9,000 different iterations of what his character is, which is a bit of his calling card in WWE, but it was spread out over time, and he would take longer breaks. He would let people miss you. When he was the only quote-unquote star power there, which I don't necessarily agree with, but he was the highest star there, there wasn't an opportunity for people to miss him. He just kept changing gimmicks here, there, this and that. I think that him going to WWE to have one last, from the Rumble to WrestleMania, I don't think he should win the Rumble. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say no. Don't do that.
It's the easy answer if he wins the Royal Rumble. It's way too easy.
It's easy, but easy isn't always good. I like fast food, but it gives me the shits, and so would that. So
It always comes back to shit on this show. Everything is.
this is the first one.
I know.
How can it come back to something that it
While
was
we're
never
talking
here?
shitting down people's necks, I mean, it's
fair.
shit and titties on this show.
It's all a shit show.
It won't water down his legacy to come back. I think that he needs to end his career in a place where people give a damn about him, because I don't think that they do. He's not a homegrown AEW guy, so he's always going to have that sort of WWE stink to the people who are more tribalist. And the people in WWE want to see him end his career in a way that is more akin to what they're used to. They want to see him have his last run. I don't care if it's the List of Jericho. I don't care if it's, Y2J. As long as it's not Fozzy on January 6th, I'm good.
Wait, what's Fozzy on January 6th? I think I missed that one.
Both national tragedies.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Oh boy.
All right, so the thing though is that I personally feel, WWE is where it should be. Growing up as a guy, as a kid in the Northeast, WWE has always been it for me. When I was exposed to WCW was cool, but it still wasn't it. So the question I'm throwing to Harry Terjanian is WWE the true final chapter for legends like him?
Well, it doesn't have to be. Nothing is set in stone, and everything comes up in a different pattern. It just depends on what Jericho needs to do. Eventually, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. That goes without saying. It's just a question of if he wants to do it now, if he wants to do it later. I do think this. I love Chris Jericho. He's one of my favorites because he's evolved so much. I think part of the problem is a lot of what's going on with AEW and the downturn. A lot of that stink is sticking to Chris Jericho as if that's his responsibility. When you talk about who he put over, he put a lot of young talent over. Now, they didn't go on to win championships. They didn't go on to – well, Sammy Guevara was one that he helped put over, and people forget that. He helped make Sammy Guevara, and he put a lot of young talent over. but they kind of stalled when they went away from him, or the booking changed, or injuries. You know, Angelo Parker and whatever. I forget what their names are. I forget what their names are in the group, but the Jericho Appreciation Society. He did a lot to get those guys over. They were in a main event picture. It's just after that, the booking wasn't helpful to them. So he did everything he could. And also, you know, he had a good championship run the first year, and, you know, his career is winding down. He's not as strong. There wouldn't be an AEW without him. So I get that people say there's a little bit, you know, it's a failure. I don't look at it that way. And I think he could do a lot more creatively in the WWE. I don't think he goes in the main event picture, nor should he at this point ever. You put him in the Rumble. He's not going to win the Rumble. He's not going to main event anything, but he could elevate somebody, you know, with some interesting creativity. And it's also a nostalgia thing that he's been gone for a while. It's the same thing with CM Punk. It's something old is new again when you haven't had it in a while. So that would be my thing. It just depends on how much he wants to wrestle at this point. And if he goes to WWE, it's got to be limited to some capacity. But there's plenty of places you could use him to do something.
Everybody is limited in WWE at this point. Let's be honest.
I mean,
well, what do you mean by that? Everybody's limited.
In terms of in-ring time, nobody wrestles like a lot anymore in WWE.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of
people. There's barely any house shows, and there's like 8 people that wrestle weekly. Everybody else is like wrestling every 2 to 3 weeks.
I disagree with that. You got people like Cody Rhodes, who's at the top of the show. You got people like Roman Reigns, who's at the top of the show. They don't wrestle all the time. They usually save them for the PLEs.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I've been seeing that's been happening in the WWE is that we've been getting quality style matches on regular television. Because right now, back in the days, maybe like 20, 25, 30 years ago, it was like, oh, well, you can't give that away on free TV. Well, you know what? Nothing is free TV because Netflix costs a lot of damn money. And sure the hell does my cable bill. And now they want us to pay more money for ESPN Plus. Come on. But somebody like Chris Jericho, if you use him right, just like Steven was saying, you use him right, you have him come in, just do a couple dates. I think that if he does return, I'm not saying that he is. I'm not his agent. If I was, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd probably be out there spending that cash. But how does he return? Is he a surprise Rumble entrant, one last match, full-time run? Deceive, Dave, what do you think?
Well, if we're talking about Chris Jericho, we can't, for me anyway, I mean, he's Mr. Return, right? Like all the build-up and everything, every time he's come back, it's been an absolute explosion. I'll make a comment on the necessity on both sides. I don't think WWE needs him, nor do I think he needs WWE, nor do I think that's even a thought in his head, just from his performance in AEW. I mean, not to take anything away from him, but it really just looks like he was in a playground having fun. And to be honest with you, that's his prerogative to do that. I mean, he doesn't owe anyone anything, but that's really kind of what it looked like. He's in there to give experience and expose people and build people up. But at the end of the day, I mean, it really just kind of looked like the Chris Jericho show, and then the people around him kind of got some of the splash. So I think he'll always be that guy. I don't really see him coming back to WWE and having a 5-star match. Like if he wrestles 3 times out of the year, I mean, I don't really, depends on how you build it. I don't really see them being like match of the night or anything like that. I don't think they would be bad, but I don't think we're going to get the Chris Jericho that we remember. So at the end of the day, if we're talking about retirement and where he goes afterwards, again, I don't believe Jericho looks at it that way. Like he's going to be giving himself the talent at when he's done. I don't know what he's going to do, but I don't really see it that way. But if he does, I think his efforts and his talent and the things that he can do and the things that he has done will be more better received in the WWE than anywhere else at the moment. The way WWE has been cooking, the way the WWE has been using their lesser talent, the way that WWE has been actually using their developmental stage in NXT to actually develop people, put them up, put them in situations to actually earn something. I think what he brings to the table would elevate those people. But if we're talking about necessity across the board, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I don't think anyone thinks about it 2 days after once he retires.
I think that Chris Jericho going into AEW, he was one of the shiniest toys. He's one of the coolest toys for Tony Khan to be able to play with. But he also had Cody Rhodes as well too, and I feel that Cody Rhodes was one of the first big cracks in the walls of AEW, followed by now possibly Chris Jericho. You know, if you guys were to book Chris Jericho, would it be a Hall of Fame first, or would it be one last story to tell? AJ.
I like talking about Chris Jericho. The question you just posed, I would do the Hall of Fame first. The reason I would do the Hall of Fame first is because I need that buffer. Because what is about to happen after the Hall of Fame will not look anything like the footage we're about to show you when we put him in the Hall of Fame. So we need something to remind. You know, Tristen, you're the one who said it at the beginning of this when you said, "Well, Chris Jericho has done so much in the WWE." To us, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
To us,
Yeah.
we grew up watching Chris Jericho. We saw everything that Chris Jericho has done. In our heads, he's done a lot. To today's WWE fan, he ain't done shit, and he's a nobody to them. And we would need, absolutely, we would need a refresher. It's been 8 years or close to it. We need a refresher. So for me, Hall of Fame would absolutely number one be first on the list, because I need that groundswell of positivity around him so that the fans will look at that and go, "Oh, okay, big deal. Okay, he's a big deal. This guy's been in the ring with the best of the best. He's done this, he's done that. Okay, so now in the new fans' mind, I'm already putting him in high esteem," which is great, because once they see him physically, it's going to dwindle. So we need as much pushed up as we possibly can so that that fall is as soft as humanly possible. Unlike Albert, Albert, I'm meeting you for the first time, and I'm largely learning as this show goes on that you are a decent human being. I am not. Fuck everything about AEW. I have absolutely no problem sitting here saying fuck everything about All Elite Wrestling. I've been saying it on our show, and the reason for that is because we gave it a shot. We gave AEW a shot. If you look through my Rolodex on my episodes, we gave it a shot. We positive, negative. Whatever was good was good. Whatever was bad was bad. Tony Khan lied to me, and he lied to a bunch of people, and he lied to my friends. I won't name names, but we were.
Oh wait, you were being serious. I thought you were saying that as a viewer.
I'm saying.
I didn't realize. Sorry, I was laughing. I didn't want you to think I'm.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I'm being 100% serious.
Because people do that. George Lucas lied to me.
No.
He lied to my friends.
It was a legit lie.
Gotcha.
And the legit lie being that it was going to be a wrestler's first company, and it's not. It is the same exact as WWE.
Sure.
Same exact.
I think it's ran the same exact blueprint as well too as WWE or WCW or any other pro wrestling company out there. But when I'm looking at the WWE roster right now, I think somebody that benefits the most from wrestling somebody like Chris Jericho could be a guy that we mentioned before, maybe LA Knight, maybe Gunther. But at the end of the day, I think that Jericho's legacy is set, and whether he finishes the story in WWE or he just stays put in AEW, I think that's a chapter that only he can write. He's got the pen. He knows what his price is worth. But I'm ready for the trivia to see if they got that trivia ready. So let's go ahead and I got my buzzer ready. I'm ready to win.
All
right.
Let's do it.
We're locked in. All right, cool. So just want to make sure. All right, yes, everyone is back in the room. So for my segment over at AJ's Uncensored Mind, where I am the co-host. What we'd like to do over there, aside from talking about wrestling and bashing people and making sure that AEW knows that they're absolutely trash, and talk about fun stories.
Oh Jesus!
In that order?
No.
We also like to play games. So what we're gonna do here is a little bit of trivia, and I did this deliberately so that I can remove myself from difficult questions and ask them.
That's a good idea.
I would not
Pretty
be able
genius.
to answer any of these things.
Oh no!
But I thought it would be fun for you guys. So what I got set up here, I got a number of questions. We're probably not going to end up hitting them all, but I wanted to make sure I had a good number, and then we can just track time. You guys have your buzzards. I believe from testing this, it will show me the order of which you buzz in. You'll get 10 seconds to answer the question.
Oh great!
And if you don't answer right away, then the person who. Okay, let me rephrase that. I apologize. You got 10 seconds to answer, and then when I clear the buzzards, don't buzz back in, but it's a free for all. Whoever says the answer first, if the person who buzzed in couldn't answer it, will get the point.
Ben Franklin.
Absolutely. But
You got to buzz in first.
Oh,
do not buzz until I am done asking the question.
It's a jackal.
it's a
So that we can try to get it as accurate as possible. All right. Now it starts pretty easy. Some of it kind of dumb easy, and it should scale as we get a little bit down the line. All right. Okay. So question 1: Who managed Macho Man Randy Savage during his WWF career? All right.
Wait, I
A
buzzed.
little trigger happy. Wasn't done talking, but
yeah, you got to wait for
I
the
was a little
question
bit
to
happy.
finish.
I'm not gonna lie.
What's this, Steve?
We'll go with Albert. Go ahead. What's the answer?
Miss Elizabeth.
All right. Oh, I gave you minus points. Damn,
Yeah, give him minus points. He buzzed in too soon. Minus him.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Hold
My
on.
apologies.
Hold on. This, I'm going to borrow from AJ. This right here, this is some asterisk motherfucking shit.
Oh, there you go.
What does ECW stand for? We're getting it easy, boys. Stephen James.
Extreme Championship Wrestling or Eastern Championship
Ah,
Wrestling.
damn it! I was gonna try to.
Nice try. I know who you are, AJ.
The difficult question.
Actually, it stands for Exciting Championship Wrestling. Give me my point.
The difficult questions. All right. Who is known as the hardcore legend? AJ
Mick Foley.
Orsini.
Mick Foley, baby.
Mick Foley is indeed the correct answer.
Terry Funk would like to see you.
I
Terry
just,
Funk.
I just want you to know I withheld a joke that would have made all of us feel sad.
You gotta
just
let
move.
him fly, dude. But, all
Jenna
right,
Jameson.
let's go.
Is it
All
Lana
right.
Rhodes?
Button gimmick. Like I can't ring in.
Who?
Oh no, you wrong it.
Yeah, you got it. Who slammed Andre the Giant in WrestleMania 3?
Wow.
Stephen James.
The not so immortal Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, there we go.
The dead guy did it.
Oh
Well, Hulk Hogan's still around. Terry Bollea.
Oh yes,
The
yes.
terrible.
The
He
12-inch
didn't-
thermos cock of Terry
He didn't
Bollea.
slam anybody, but he has a 9-inch cock.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
Allegedly.
All right.
Allegedly.
Who was the first WWE Women's Champion crowned after the title was revived in 1993?
Alundra Blaze.
Harry.
Alundra Blaze?
Alundra Blaze, you are correct.
Oh, wow.
I like how you're surprised. Like, oh, okay. All
Well, I
right.
answered that too quick because anyway.
Just wait till he
No, no,
finishes.
you're good. You're good. I know it
I think
talks
it's
slow.
crazy because
Got a
now
couple of
that's how
preemies
it
in
works
here.
now.
A couple of preemies.
All right.
There's pills
what-
for that.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's all right. What color was the WWF? No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. What color was the WWF Championship strap when the Ultimate Warrior won it in 1990? You guys are getting trigger happy.
Yeah, you guys are.
I know.
You guys are being me now.
All right, so now we're you know what? We got people who didn't even buzz at all. All right, Tristan, go ahead.
Wait, Ultimate Warrior won it? I just
Yeah.
tested the button to see if it worked.
No, what color was the strap, fool?
Was it yellow?
No.
No.
Wait, wait. Can I phone a friend?
No.
Wait.
Number,
Call me up. Call me up. Right?
number 2 buzz was AJ.
Get off my phone. Stop playing with
But
my
wait,
phone.
number but who was the second buzz?
You.
Oh, was it powder blue?
Oh, what was blue?
When he wait.
Yeah, wait, that's
You
what I was
said
gonna say.
you
That's
said
right.
you
You
said
said when he won
when he won it.
It was black.
It was black when he
Black.
won it. He changed it. Asterisk.
Ah.
You know what?
You
know what?
I was there.
You know what?
I should get
You know what?
Dave should, yeah.
How about this?
I actually concede that one. That's a smart.
How
play.
about nobody gets any points?
Fair enough. We'll move on.
I'm a fan of me getting.
Who managed the verbiage? God damn it, sticklers! All right, who managed the Dudley Boys at ECW? Dave.
Bigger than a Snickers bar and twice as satisfying, Joel Gertner.
Love
All right,
that.
So that was one of the.
Gotta do the whole shit.
I was gonna say there's another one too.
Yeah. Do you know the other one? You got the
Sign
point.
Guy Dudley.
Yeah. Yes.
Psy Guy Dudley, Jenna
Yes, yes.
Jameson. I mean, yeah,
Yep.
multiple people came out.
Yep. That was part of the answer. All right. Which WCW event saw Goldberg defeat Hulk Hogan for the WCW
Damn,
World
Dave.
Heavyweight title?
Dave.
All right, Albert, because he was the first one who wasn't trigger happy.
Monday Nitro.
Now we
Yes.
play by the rules.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now we play by the
Wait,
rules.
wait.
Yes,
What was
Hey,
the
we
question?
love it.
What was the question?
Which WCW event saw Goldberg defeat Hulk Hogan for the WCW World Heavyweight title?
Nitro in the Georgia
And
Dome.
And
Monday
yeah,
Nitro.
Georgia Dome. Yep.
40,000
Because I
strong.
felt like you were talking about a pay-per-view, but I'm like, what pay-per-view?
Aha, it's called a
Goldberg-
misdirect.
Ah, see?
That's why I said Monday Nitro.
Goldberg's only claim to fame is that he beat Hulk Hogan for the championship at the
Nitro.
Georgia Dome.
Well, that's not true. He also ended the career of Bret Hart. I mean, that's
Right.
pretty.
Which,
that's
don't
pretty
worry,
up
wait
there.
10 minutes and Bret Hart will talk about it on the internet. Fuck. Shut up.
Which
I don't mind it. Let it. I don't mind it. Hold on to it.
all right, which WCW faction did Kurt Hennig join immediately after turning on the Four Horsemen? Dave.
The NWO.
There we go.
That's right.
I
Oh,
got trigger happy.
Who wasn't?
Yeah.
Who didn't join NWO?
which female wrestler was known as the ninth wonder of the world? Albert.
China.
Yeah, that's a W for you, buddy.
You guys getting too trigger happy.
You shut your whore mouth.
Fingers are
Make me.
itchy. Who did Rob Van Dam defeat to unify the WWE Intercontinental and European title in oh my God, 02 in 02.
This is why we're trigger happy.
You know what? That one was a stutter on my part, so we'll go with the top. AJ, go ahead.
Who did he beat? That was Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, it was.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who was the final ECW World Champion before the company closed in 01?
I was trigger happy. That was
Albert.
Rhino.
Rhino is correct. Man, I was so self-conscious with these when I
Nah, these are
stole
good.
them from somewhere. I thought they would be too hard, but I was looking at them through my eyes. All right, good enough. Which WWE Hall of Famer won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble in 2018? AJ.
Asuka.
Asuka is correct.
Of course it is.
All right. Well, nope, that was. Oh, did I do back-to-back women? Look at me.
Is she a Hall of Famer?
He's a
Which,
Hall of Famer.
But here, she will be a Hall of Famer.
She's gonna be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but a
Sure.
future
Don't
Hall
give
of
me the
Fame.
Hall of
point.
Fame.
Because I
Well,
like
wait a minute
point
here.
10.
Hold on. I mean,
He's still got it
unless
right. He still got it right.
Jesus. All right. Which female WWE star was the first to main event WrestleMania? Steven.
It's a trick question. There's three.
Yeah.
Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda Rousey. WrestleMania 35 was in the building. Let's go.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. I was there too.
Okay, so you are correct. Technically, it was all three. The way
Okay.
they-
Look,
yeah,
look.
you're
You
right.
thought that wrestling fans weren't gonna be super myopic about this niche thing?
Absolutely. No, listen, I know I'm under fire. It's
We're
fine.
psychos.
What
Apparently,
was,
I have Asperger's for this shit. Ready.
What was Ravens? Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be one of those questions that's like stickler, right? What was
know this.
Ravens' real name used in WCW, ECW contracts?
Oh
Oh,
man.
I don't know.
Aaron.
Oh man, that's not Scotty Flamingo. God damn it. Get it.
5 seconds.
Don't ask Dave. Don't ask Dave. Ask me.
Scotty Anton?
Ooh.
Go ahead, shout it out if someone can get it.
Scott Levy.
Scott Levy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And who gets it? I said it too.
So you can have
It
it.
was Tristan, right?
Yeah, it was Tristan. Tristan.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's
That's the
Tristan.
one.
Dave said it too, though.
Come on,
Check
Dave.
the replay. Thank you, Al. Check the replay. Check the replay.
We can't hear Dave. He's
and I
talking
did
through
say
a
that.
cage.
Dave and I did say it at the same time.
I did not.
Dave-
no, I
Dave-
honestly only heard Tristan.
David and
Dave is talking through a ShopRite can of peaches right now.
Wait, how come
He got in the can tail.
It was a tie between Tristan and the voice of God. We couldn't tell.
Morgan Freeman's here?
All right, let's move on. Who was the first WCW wrestler to win the WWF Intercontinental Champion after the 2001 invasion? Albert.
Lance Storm.
Fuck.
Correct.
No way.
Ooh,
Wow.
Okay.
Favorite person to follow on
He
thread.
beat me, Albert.
He beat you or did he beat you up?
Whoa, hey, yo.
Hey,
Maybe a
here.
little of both.
Which-
I don't have enough time for that story.
Both of them.
Unacceptable.
Which tag team ended Harlem Heat's final WCW Tag Team Championship reign in 1999?
Shit.
Albert,
The Outsiders.
Wait, let me. No.
Oh, all right. I thought it was. I'm wrong.
Steven.
Filthy Animals?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go,
good
baby.
job. Nice.
I thought it was Hulk Hogan. I thought.
Well, that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet.
Which filthy animals?
Oh, it's
Conan and
yeah,
Rey
and
Mysterio.
Ray.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I was just gonna guess the Nasty Boys,
I wasn't
considering
asking
they were
James.
in.
I was asking Dave because he had it in front of him. I was asking to see which two they were looking for.
I wouldn't even been told.
I had it.
wouldn't
I
even
had
tell
it.
you there was more than that.
The power of the hat.
What female wrestler was part of the alliance Pretty Mean Sisters (PMS) with Terry Runnels and Jacqueline?
Oh,
Stephen James.
Ivory?
No.
Ryan Shamrock.
Correct.
yeah.
Oh shit.
That's Ryan. Yeah.
Wait, who said that?
I
That
did.
was
That
Albert.
was Albert.
Albert said that.
Albert
Albert.
said it.
Oh, okay.
Why
Gotcha,
should you have
okay.
known that? Dave knows. You have something you
Oh,
want.
I had the biggest
It's
crush
in
on
it's in his name.
That's true. He does know.
Legally, he should know.
That's
Ryan.
true.
Evidently not according to the scoreboard.
All right. At ECW One Night Stand in 2005, who interrupted the Dudley Boys' victory celebration? AJ.
The victory celebration. That
Yes.
was
Find it.
5 seconds.
the victory celebration. I have my. Go ahead. Go to somebody else because the person I had interfering happened in the beginning, not the end.
All right, shout it out then. Whoever got the
JBL.
answer.
JBL,
No.
The
Stone
Sandman.
Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
Oh wait, what? No,
That was
I
Stone
wasn't sure what
Cold?
you meant.
he
Leading
interrupted.
the
Oh,
ECW
that's right.
locker room for
Oh yeah.
That's
Who's-
true.
who's
He came out in the fucking XFL jersey. It was Harry.
That's right.
Harry. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he came out in the
Awesome.
XFL jersey.
Good shout.
In 1993, who did Paul Heyman replace as ECW Booker, leading to its hardcore era?
Oh.
All right,
Take me out. I was trigger happy.
It was Dave Knows who hit it. Who hit it?
Wait,
after
what?
I
I'm
stopped.
second there. It says it, or was I trigger happy?
I was
You were
trigger
also-
happy. So were you.
Also trigger happy. Go ahead, Dave.
Todd Gordon.
Yes.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Good shout.
Was it?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Todd Gordon, yeah.
He
Todd
said,
Gordon.
He said Todd Gordon.
Yeah. Todd Gordon was the booker.
Okay. Well,
Was he?
Is this wrong? Because
No, I got
I
it.
have
Hot
somebody
stuff, Eddie
else.
Gilbert. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert.
I was gonna. I was thinking it
was.
was. Yeah, it could have been either one of them, but I mean, they were both kind of booking at the time.
Well,
He
Todd
said
Gordon
to
was the
replace
owner.
him, the
more.
next company to go to Extreme.
The answer I have is Eddie Gilbert, so I'll let the wrestler
Okay,
heads argue.
give
that
it to
if
me.
you'd like.
Okay, but to be fair, I think it was the wording, right? So
Right. Because
he
he
said-
said,
he said Booker. I don't think Todd ever booked. For
That's
the
what I'm
company. I
saying.
think he
Oh.
owned the company, which was different.
Ladybug
right?
Fair
it.
enough.
Give me my
Okay,
points.
good. I feel justified. All right. In 1996, which WCW event featured a Caribbean strap match between
Oh,
Conan and the
shit.
One Man Gang?
Ooh.
Such a great match.
W96?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take a guess and
Albert.
say Super Brawl.
Super Bowl what?
Super Brawl
Oh, Super Brawl what?
Oh, you got
Like what number?
There's a
7.
number. Yeah, just give it a shot.
7.
I mean,
I don't know.
It was 6.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna give it.
Close.
Listen,
No, give it to
everyone.
him. Yeah.
I'm gonna hesitate. I'm gonna.
Don't give
you
him
that,
nothing.
But that was.
That
yeah,
was
it was
fucking
6.
close.
Give
Yeah,
this
yeah,
man
yeah,
nothing.
It was damn close, and you
I was
both.
gonna say Slamboree like an asshole.
Harry. Okay, well, hold on, Harry. Were you going to say Super Bowl 7?
No, I was gonna say Slamboree. I was guessing.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give. Yeah,
Great
that's
American
clear.
Bash was the one that
Were
I
you
had.
asking me to go on the honor system? That's very nice of you.
He's a comedian. He has no honor.
I should have asked you what we win at the end of this.
The nice guy here, so that maybe that gave me a little leeway.
Oh, geez.
At WrestleMania 12, who managed Diesel in his match against The Undertaker? Tristan.
Shawn Michaels?
I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
I'll repeat the question. No, it was not Shawn Michaels. At WrestleMania 12, who managed Diesel in his match against
Oh.
The Undertaker?
Hold on. How does this work? Am I ahead of? I know the answer. Am I ahead
So
of
do
Steve
I.
here?
Are we going
Who was
based
that?
on
Was
buzz?
Is that Tristan?
Tristan
Well,
said the wrong
Tristan
thing.
guessed. He got the wrong one, and then I'm next. But,
Pamela
He said
Anderson.
the right one. He just
Oh, we
he just didn't hear it.
Pamela Anderson.
You said yell
we
it
can
out.
Shout. We can shout after the
Pamela
audition.
Anderson.
God damn it.
No.
No.
That was 11, dude.
Oh, it's the other one.
Seven.
All right.
Jenny McCarthy?
Jenny
Yes,
McCarthy. Yeah.
that's the
No.
answer.
Are we
Was it
tapped?
Jenny McCarthy?
Nope.
It's not
Nope.
Jenny
Tapped out?
McCarthy.
That
We're
wasn't
tapped
it?
out.
Well, I know it's
All
not
right.
Carmen Electra,
Nope.
right? I mean,
So
we just...
this one was a trick question. He had no manager.
Nice.
Oh!
Dickhead.
that was just
Oh,
me.
hey. This is
It makes
is
sense
for
'cause
you.
it's the Undertaker. Like I knew like the Pamela Anderson one obviously got Sean.
Yeah.
That was 11, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Got us.
Change his name to
Which-
Richard.
Which WCW wrestler's real name is Peter Grunner? Grunner? Did I say that right?
You know?
I can't buzz.
Peter.
Yeah, none of us can buzz.
Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we're good.
Peanut butter?
I'll read it again. Which WCW?
Peanut butter.
Which WCW wrestler's real name is Peter Grunner?
I know this.
Peter Grunner. Oh, wow. Peter Grunner.
I don't know
we-
this.
All right, we're tapping. All right, Billy Kidman.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All
I thought his
right.
name was Billy Man.
Fuck Billy.
Thought it was porcupine.
All right. Who defeated Dean Malenko to end his nearly year-long WCW Cruiserweight Champion reign in 1996? Steven.
Chris Jericho?
No. Free for all.
The Rock.
Eddie Guerrero.
Ray Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
Who said that? Was that Harry?
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
me.
it was Harry.
All right, cool.
You prick.
In ECW, who did Steve Austin parody as the Stevester during promos after being fired from WCW? Albert.
Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
That's bullshit. How the fuck we all put in at the same time? Like I'm like, oh, none of y'all know this.
All them names showed up. I'm waiting till his lips stop
Same
moving.
here.
I'm sitting there going,
My finger's on the trigger.
I'm not a trained professional. All right,
I
my
felt
words
like,
are
I felt like I was
slurred.
edging the
no,
whole
you're
time.
you're killing it, dude.
Who was the time? All right, who was the first WCW wrestler to successfully defeat a Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. To successfully defend a WCW title on WWF television during the Invasion angle.
Oh, that's specific. Hold on.
Stephen James.
Was it Booker T?
It was.
Yeah.
That's a good yeah.
That's a great question.
I told
Was
you
that
these are
the
these are
Booker T
supposed
Buff
to
Bagwell
ram.
match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the
That
first
was
night.
trash, though.
These
That
are
match is
supposed
not
to
as
ram.
bad as they say it
Also,
was.
I
It was
just want to
fun.
say thank you, everybody, for being patient there.
Yeah, that was the
That's
best
pretty
one
good.
yet.
Everybody was sitting there going, huh?
Because Mike Awesome popped into my head, but then it was WCW title defended. And I went,
Yeah.
oh, that's different. Okay.
What was the original ring name of Beth Phoenix in Ohio Valley Wrestling?
Oh,
shit.
Shit.
Oh, no.
Oh man, it was.
It's like in the brainstem.
I know. I usually say it.
Harry.
Beth Pulaski.
No.
No relation to Roman.
Ooh, I think I know who it is.
Free for all. Go for it.
It's Beth Copeland.
No.
Wow.
Tapped out. All
Yeah, I don't
right.
remember.
It's Phoenix also worked as the Glamazon.
Oh wow.
You know, we could have taken a better stab. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
We fucked that
Someone
one
should
up.
have guessed that.
I think
Besides, you
Edge
got
has
left.
stabbed
Edge
her
is
enough.
Shit, have you seen her? Not enough.
Who was the first and only ECW wrestler to pin Mike Awesome for the ECW World Title while under WWF contract? Albert.
That was Taz.
That was
It's
Taz.
Taz.
Correct. All right. In TNA, who was the masked wrestler Suicide first portrayed by?
Oh man.
Harry.
Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels.
No.
No.
What?
Yell it out. Yell it out. It's free fall.
Oh, it's a free for all.
Mason Red.
Yeah.
Kazarian.
TJ
Kazarian.
Perkins.
Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten
Okay,
that.
well, I said Amazing Red. It was him too.
I thought it was
At one
Grapple.
point it was.
Russia was first. Not,
It was also Christopher Daniels at one point. It was also, as Dave said, T.J. Perkins at one point.
I think it was. I think I did it once.
I thought it was
It's like
Christopher
jury
Daniels
duty. You
that
get
I'm like,
called
oh, shit,
in.
it's not him.
It is like jury duty.
Yeah.
Can you fit
All
this
right.
tonight?
Huh?
Like, can you fit this gimmick? Go ahead, put this mask and truck on.
All right, last question for all of you guys, and it's supposed to be the hardest, so we'll see. Who was the only WCW wrestler to hold the Cruiserweight, Television, and United States Championship all in the same calendar year? Albert?
Lance Storm?
Nope.
Ooh. Oh, is
Chris
it?
Jericho.
Who said Chris Jericho? And it better be Tristen.
was.
It was Tristen.
It was. All right, cool. I was hoping he was the one to get this one.
Wow. Of all questions I got wrong was the Chris Jericho question. Damn, I am really disappointed in myself.
I got 2 points.
1998. All
You really
right,
should
well,
reconsider everything about your life, Al.
I have.
That is it. Our winner is Albert, and you win absolutely nothing.
Wah,
Yes,
wah,
it's my
wah.
favorite prize.
Good
And
job.
not only that, because you practice wrestling trivia, technically you're a loser. Just like the rest.
The victory
That's
is
right.
knowing
Couldn't be
that
any
you know
bigger.
a lot
Because
about
you got
wrestling.
9, that means that you don't have sex.
Yeah.
So before I end my
That's why I
segment-
scored 4, because I'm having sex right after this.
I thought you were going
Before-
to say having sex right now.
Make sure the camera's off.
Yeah, that's true.
Before I end my
That's for the
segment,
Patreon.
I wouldn't be a good co-host if I didn't single out AJ.
Oh,
I got one specific question for you. I do this specifically because one thing me and him always do growing up is I ask a bunch of questions and he has a Rolodex in his brain and he answers it. Never fact check them once. So I went into the old chat GBT
Ooh.
told it to create a
calm down
difficult
on
question for me.
Oh, you got me going against the AI?
Hot seat.
You are solo in this one, and if you guys know the answer, keep it to yourself. I want to see if you can figure it out. So now, this is specifically for you.
Okay.
Name. This is a 3-part answer.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Scantron?
Name-
Is there a Scantron?
Name. This is a name. I want 3 people. So name the wrestler who left ECW for WCW while still holding the ECW World Heavyweight title in 2000.
Mike Awesome.
That is correct.
That's
A WWF wrestler who briefly won that title in a cross-promotion match.
Was Taz.
Correct. And the ECW wrestler who eventually ended that chaos by winning the title clean.
Was Tommy Dreamer, bitch.
And this is why
God.
he has Asperger's twice. I fucking knew it. This guy was going to know that shit.
That is a highly trained athlete. He just sipping his water.
No, he
Hey,
doesn't.
are
But
you
we
the-
say he does.
Dave, are you the legit younger brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like my fucking brother.
It's a
Always want to
shoot.
send me a video talking about, bro, you remember this? Bro, you don't even like wrestling right now. Bro, you remember when we saw this?
That's all.
I poisoned my whole family. I was
Oh,
so
no.
my
It's
family.
not do you remember? It's, hey, I have a random ass question back from when I wasn't even born. Do you know the answer?
My brother came to visit me over the weekend, and my brother said to me, yo, what happened to Triple H in this video? I said, oh, that's when he tore his quad. How do you know? I was like, bro, I know.
I was there.
How don't I know?
So
Yeah.
awesome. That was a lot of fun. You guys are freaking on it, man. You guys know your stuff.
Hell yeah.
So that completes my segment,
Woo.
and that's some of the fun that we like to have over at AJ Orsini's Uncensored Mind. So please feel free to come check us out. But going forward here, we're gonna throw it over to Albert so he can get in and start plugging himself.
Wait, whoa. This is a
Pause.
fan. This
No,
is a
no,
fan.
no, no, no,
It's a
don't
family
pause me.
channel.
Don't pause me.
Big
Let it
old.
happen.
doo-doo-doo.
Just relax your muscles. Let it happen.
Yo, wait. What are we talking about here? I don't want to be here.
He's
My
about
mother
to
might
get
be watching.
plugged. That's
I
what
don't know anymore, and I'm the person that
He's
he's
gonna
going
plug
to.
himself.
Dave, thank you so much. Thank you for all of you guys for having me here. I truly feel honored to be in all of your company. Steven, I'm a little upset that you did not play We Are the Champions as soon as I came on after being the trivia champion. But I'll let that slide.
He didn't have the money for the.
Yeah, that costs
didn't
extra.
Have the budget.
That's
have
fair.
the budget.
That's fair. You guys all could have hummed it though.
I can give you that. That's the best I can do for you.
This group didn't even have a name. We're Untitled.
Yes, that comes later.
We are the champions.
We can't even get sued for copyright infringement.
Maybe we can license a Fozzy song.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's not that bad. There's worse.
Oh, yeah,
there's
that's
worse
true.
groups.
There's
out
way
there.
worse musical groups out there.
I'd rather go to YouTube.
All right, so for my segment, first of all, just for all of you guys who don't know me, and my name is Albert Albanese. I am usually on a show called the Positively Awesome Wrestling Podcast. We try to be very positive about wrestling. We try to talk about the good stuff about wrestling because most people kind of skew towards the negative. When you want to see me get negative, that's when I go on Dave's show.
Okay.
I've experienced that.
We're actually going to be on tomorrow night at around 6:30. Just stick with my Twitter. It's KYD Justice. I post every time we're going to go on. We have a nice little conversation about the week in wrestling, so follow us. Also, Amazon Prime on Friday, The Last Vendetta, movie that I assistant directed. Check it out. So, to start with my thing, this is a very easy question to all of you guys. I'm going to give a very brief example at the beginning, and then you guys can take it away. We've seen multiple matches in pro wrestling that have came and then gone, only never to be seen again. If there is a specific match that you want to pull out of retirement, what would it be? So my example is I think that with the working relationships that AEW has with all of these other promotions that they work with, CMLL, New Japan Pro Wrestling, it is the perfect organization to bring back the three-ring old school WCW World War III concept. Because there is in no way, shape, or form is AEW not the right promotion to throw 60 guys into one match and then still have another 60 to carry through the rest of the show.
They'd have to bring them to TV for that.
It's funny you say that because my buddy calls AEW like Harry Potter wrestling because they'll like hit each other with bats and nails and all that stuff, and the next day they're out there completely healed. So they got wizards back there healing their bodies. He's like, this is all wizardry.
They got great trainers in that company.
Their nursing staff is absolutely pristine.
If I may, I would like to go first.
Yes, please.
I think with the way business is, I'm a business forward person. There are hundreds of millions of people not being serviced right now effectively because this match type is not in rotation. That's right. Bring it back then, now, forever together. The Punjabi prison match. Let's go. I want it. Give it to me. It's so bad, it's good. It's so bad, it's good.
Nobody's signing up for that.
I really
Someone to give it to you in prison.
I really wanted to like whoever brought that up, like came up with the idea. They were like, "Hey, how can we make a match that doesn't look appealing but also really hurts?"
Right.
You don't want to see Braun Breaker spear somebody through some thick bamboo?
Oh, I want to see it. I just don't
Yeah,
want
I
to be
was
the
gonna say,
person
but
who
you can't
takes
see through
it.
bamboo.
It wasn't all bamboo though. It was the old school '90s steel cage that they painted gold.
Okay.
It was terrible. It was a terrible
I'd have
concept.
I'd have to look that up.
I don't
again. Yeah, I
know.
remember it was just terrible. And also, I mean, wasn't it a situation where it was meant for like the Great Khali or something, and
Yes.
then he couldn't compete in it for
Big
drug
Show
reasons or
entered it.
something?
He couldn't
Yep.
do anything anyway. Let's get some real performers in there to elevate this match to the Matt Classic it could be.
They named the guy fucking Great Khali, and it wasn't shit great about him.
Well, his wallet.
I mean, his wallet was fat.
Oh yeah, he's
It
got.
was Undertaker versus Big Show. That was the
Right.
first ever?
Yes, it was.
pulling it
Which
up on my
had
end.
nothing to do with any
Punjabi. That's what I'm saying. I
Yes.
think it was originally scheduled to be
It
Great
was.
Khali.
And
Because
that-
Khali had a bail on the last minute because it hurt or something.
I think Batista was in one of them at one
Yes.
point.
Against Khali. Yeah, he actually got the match against Khali, unfortunately. And I think they did Randy and Jinder Mahal recently.
Yeah, Jinder
All right, don't
was-
talk about Jinder Mahal without addressing AJ Orsini directly.
Like that.
Number one, Maharaja. I love that man.
Oh, that's
Wow.
your man? That's your man's in him?
That's my man.
He's there's a lot of people who there's a lot of people who talk the game about Jinder, how they supported him and this that. This man was the loudest person in the room throwing his hands up.
I was the least hinderer of all the gender hinders.
That's right. Tristan, you donned a mask there. Is there a specific match that you want to see come back that has to do with a mask, or is that just for
No,
fun?
I was trying to get something to kill a ladybug. I killed one ladybug in the studio
Isn't
earlier.
that bad luck? You
It was
psycho?
a ladybug.
That's bad luck.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You just cursed all of Lucha Libre. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
That's definitely desecrating the mask. I don't think it's in the guidelines.
If
Well,
I was
that's
to
Jack Black's mask, so it's okay.
Ew.
bring back the match, though, I'd bring back the match where it was like the Punjabi prison match. It was where they had the steel cage in the middle with the Hell in the Cell on the outside.
Oh, the kettle from hell.
The
I
kettle
was
from hell.
going to say, yeah, with the dogs. Yeah.
Was that the one with what was it, Bulldog and
Big Boss Man and Al Snow.
Pepper. Yeah.
Is that the one where they well, I guess we can't say it here, but they unalive the big
Yes.
boss man by
Yes.
No.
You
Okay.
can say it.
No, that wasn't the one where they
That
hung
wasn't
him.
it.
That was Hell in
No,
a
that
Cell.
was
That
at
was-
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
against
I
him.
was at WrestleMania with Taker. This was the
Right.
match where they had the blue cage around the actual ring.
yeah, that I remember.
And there
yeah.
was the actual ringside area, and then the Hell in a Cell. And in between the cage and the Hell in a Cell,
There's a bunch of Rottweilers.
security guards with dogs. And the dogs were the least impressed people in the fucking room about the cage, and they didn't do anything toward the people, and all they did the entire match was piss and shit.
Yeah, they weren't violent dogs.
Which was why the wrestlers, when they climbed the cage, couldn't get to the floor because of all the piss and shit. So they had to literally hover between the bars and the cage. Meanwhile, Boss Man was cutting through the wire on the top. Kerfuffle. Bring it back.
This wouldn't happen with Michael Vick's dogs.
Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker would be the perfect person to do it.
I'm
I
very
love how
surprised.
we're bringing back all these gimmick matches just specifically for Braun Breaker to put people through.
Yes.
AJ, I'm very impressed that you said piss and shit so many times and ended the sentence with the word kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, versatility.
He's a talented man.
I
I
mean,
didn't see that coming.
which one of the Daves wants to go first?
Ooh, a Dave off.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go first. I mean, I don't have a lot of gimmicks in my head. One that I bring back, honestly, and I don't know if I'm naming it correctly, so I'll try to explain and make sure I'm saying it right. The Iron Man matches, the one that go like 60 minutes, they have a time limit. Obviously that would be a little bit more difficult, but being younger, I remember watching some of those tapes. Those matches were built so well, and it really did feel like a fight, and there was no way out, no cage, no nothing, but there was no way out of that until you made it past that time frame. And I do remember some of those matches being pretty intense, but I don't really know who you guys. Here's the question I would raise to that: who do you guys think could actually pull off one of those matches today?
You know, that was the question I was going to ask you. I was going to put your thing into your court, because one of the things that I always say to people is that when people like the fantasy book, I always say, fine, you want to book the match, then who? But since you're the one that asked the question, I would definitely put somebody in there. Look, Seth Rollins would be great for it. You can see Seth Rollins doing a damn thing in there. And you know what? If I was going to put somebody in there, I'd probably put Elliot Knight in there because I want him to. Hold on, I got to get the gimmick ready because I want him to win the championship. Yeah.
I mean, I like Seth and all, but let's remember the last Iron Man match for the Intercontinental title, Seth and Dolph. The fans were just counting down the clock.
Yeah,
the Iron Man match.
that's
So
also
Seth can't hold me-
that's also the reason why I think that match has gone by the wayside is the level of the attention span of the audience right now. They have not been conditioned to take crowds into deep waters as much. I would love to see a guy like Trick Williams in one of those. I think he would excel in something like that personally. But I think that you have to train the audience back to that type of match first.
Yes.
Off the top of my head, I would put
like Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega went in.
Who?
Yes. AEW's done them, but AEW has the fan base that will actually sit there and pay attention to all 60 of those minutes. I'll give them credit where it's due.
Yeah.
They are going to be invested in every single second of it, which is why I think it was successful in AEW. What was it? Ospreay and MJF, I think, had an Iron Man match.
Yeah, they're just not going to show up for it.
I would put Gunther in there. I just don't know who I would put him with.
Anybody who doesn't want nipples. Anybody who doesn't want their nipples.
Anybody who doesn't.
I would put Gunther in there with Breaker.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that actually would.
That would be fun.
And I think they could go. Too.
Chad Gable could go an hour without
Gable would
that.
be good.
Yes.
I would love to see if Brock could still do that. Gunther and Brock.
No,
I would like
it's
to
not
see if he
happening.
could still do it. Is my
Brock
point.
ain't doing that.
Not now.
He's not doing it because he
10 years
chooses
ago,
not to
Brock,
do
I
it.
think he could.
In the
10
words
years
of
ago,
Hulk
Brock, I
Hogan,
think
that's
so.
not going to work for me, brother.
All right, Dave, we'll go to you.
I love this match type, and I've always loved it. I think it's fun in video games as well as in real life, and I don't understand why they don't do it more. But I understand they did it too much when they first did it. But the championship scramble, I love this concept. I think it's a fantastic match.
So I think that they've kind of replaced that now with that Iron Survivor Challenge that they have in NXT, which is kind of similar. It's like 20 minutes, the last person who gets the pinfall, but I think they count them. So it's the amount of wins you get within that time period. It's not so. I think Championship Scramble was the last guy, right? When the time expired, whoever had the championship. Now it's whoever has the most pins, which was really cool. So Stephen James mentioned Trick Williams. If you might remember that match with Trick Williams, he came back from like a -4 deficit and pinned like 4 guys in a row at the last minute to win it. And one of the coolest endings to a match that I've ever seen in NXT. And I think that Dave, I think you bring up a great point. I think the concept of that is great. They just overdid it way too much. And then after that, everybody was kind of just disinterested, but it's fun.
If you keep that to a mid-card title.
Steve,
fine.
before you finish, Steve, before you finish, I just want to point out that you said Punjabi prison match. Continue.
Yes, and I stand by that. But
Stand
what I'm
on
saying,
this shit.
because you know what that is. It's spectacle. I want spectacle. With the championship scramble, as long as it's not deciding any championship in a main event, I'm fine. If you make it a mid-card championship, great. Even better, especially ones that are floundering that need a gimmick that no one gives a shit about. I'm looking at you, United States Championship for the women right now, which isn't getting used at fuck all.
Who is the champion for that?
Julia.
Oh, yeah, I don't know who the fuck she is.
What? When did that happen?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No idea.
As long as it's not the fucking third girl.
You know why? Because I can't. You can't stream SmackDown anywhere, so I don't watch it anymore.
Thank you.
Bro,
Thank you.
I'm so getting ready to cut off
Thank
people.
you.
Actually, I'm extremely upset about that concept because I just recently came back from Canada,
Oof.
and in Canada, when you're on Netflix, it has SmackDown.
Brother,
Oh, I need a
VPNs.
VPN.
VPN, gentlemen,
They're gonna
VPN.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to
You guys
do.
use VPN?
I was
See, they don't
fucking
have
mad.
the USA Network in Canada.
Yeah.
Right, they have the Canada network.
And they don't
Right.
they don't have Peacock in Canada. When I went to the Peacock app,
What?
it sent me to NBC Universal.
Yep.
It doesn't
Oh.
acknowledge Peacock. I was like, what the fuck's happening?
Wait, you went to Canada to look for what?
Doesn't throw up the one screen.
Now, here's the
got it
thing.
right.
I was in Niagara Falls. I'm right over the border. I could see America from my window, and I can't
But you
get my
can't see
American-
SmackDown.
Niagara Falls,
No, he
Ontario,
could actually.
Canada.
That was
You
the
can
problem.
see America, but you can't see SmackDown.
I could see SmackDown from where I was. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
So we've all got our answers except for Harry. So Harry, what gimmick match would you want to bring back?
I mean, you know what? It's one that they don't tend to use a lot, and I kind of miss it. Whatever, some blank on a pole match. Like
Ooh,
whatever on a pole
wow.
match. I haven't
That's
seen one of
awesome.
those in any company in like
Viagra on a pole.
a deck.
That's
yeah,
what
well,
killed it. That and Drew
which
with
is
Steve
ironic.
Evans on a forklift.
ironic, yeah.
Yeah.
It made it impotent, but it was
Yeah.
an old school gimmick. I mean, if you can do something, now you got a Grande Americano. Maybe you could do a flag on a pole match. I mean,
Okay.
I get it's a little bit, simplistic or hokey, but you haven't done it in a while. It seems like the one you might want to pull out. It's kind of fun.
You know what I miss? That on Raw they used to do the Raw Roulette where they would have the wheel. Like I wish they would bring
Sure.
a concept like that back. With that's a perfect example to bring back a gimmick match like that. It doesn't have to be anything serious. It could be a blank on a pole match because it's 2 guys that get picked. Oh great, it's Dom and El Grande. Fine, we'll put a mask up there or something. Like that could be fun.
I'm glad to see that the gauntlet match has kind of made a little bit more of a return recently.
Fucking Ladybug is back.
I like it. Don't kill it. Just escort it out like Raja should have been
it's not-
escorted. Just
Right, it's not
pick it
gonna
up,
hurt
move it out.
You're telling him to do what Raja should have done. He's about to do what Raja did. If we don't-
Exactly.
That's right.
Stop this guy.
Actually, I finished one already.
Oh, okay.
Tristan, I just want to let you know we have not seen the ladybug. For all we know, it's just your illness has taken a turn for the worse.
It's true. Tristan's a little under the weather, everyone.
Yeah.
So
I am.
That NyQuil, if you drink too much of that and with Robitussin, man, you'll be seeing ladybugs all night.
I'm sweating over here.
That's how you get all the bacteria. Sweat it
guys,
out.
I want to point something out real quick. Not only did I win trivia, but my segment went under time. So I just
Yay.
want you. I
didn't
want you
know
all.
yet.
Yeah, you forgot somebody.
I didn't
I'm
know
sorry,
that.
AJ. My bad.
Wow.
And if there's anybody that can fill time,
Well, there we go. See, AJ, I saved it the last 10 minutes for you.
Oh, well, I don't need 10 minutes. I have two matches in mind. Actually, some of you guys have already said the matches that were in my head.
Punjabi?
The killing it. No, I did not.
Nobody wants the Punjabi prison match. I don't even think you really want it, Steve. I think you just like hurting people
he knew no one would pick it.
physically and emotionally.
I have two, and one I really liked, and I understand why we haven't seen it in a while. You need the right people. It needs to be in the right story. It needs to be the right thing. So the other one, I want to see it brought back just so they can fucking explain it to me, because I don't know what it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. I was in the building for this, and I still don't know what it was. WrestleMania 37, Big E and Apollo Crews. I still don't know what a Nigerian drum fight is. I have no idea. I was in the building. I don't know what it is.
Weren't paying attention.
But they don't. Here's the thing. They did a package for it. I don't
Oh,
know
no.
what it is. I don't know what it is.
But you want to
So
see it again?
I want to see it come back just so I could, because I feel like something was there. Something was there.
AJ, you know what it is? AJ feels like it must be on me. He's
It was
so
over his
confused. He's
head?
like, it was so bad. He goes, no, let me see it again because I must be all fucked up
Yeah,
because
I
there's
was-
no way that
Granted,
you.
I had a few beverages in the building, so
No, I
maybe-
don't even mean that. I mean it's so bad. You go, there's no fucking way you booked
I don't-
a thing and called it a Nigerian
Yeah.
drum match and then just had a match. There's no. Can you just show me again? Because
I have, and then they beat,
Redo.
and then they beat the hometown champion for zero reason. So
who won this match? I remember the concept of this.
Apollo won the Intercontinental
Yeah.
title at WrestleMania, beating the Tampa Bay native Big E at WrestleMania for that title. And so I want to see that come back just for the explanation part. But the other one, the one that I know needs to be in the right spot, I'm a huge fan of the Inferno match. I'm a huge fan of that match.
That's a good
because-
shout.
But when it's in the right context, right? So we've had Taker and Kane in that match. Bray made sense for that match when he was going against Kane. So like I understand we need the right people for that, but the match as itself, as a storyteller, I think it's one of my personal favorites.
Honestly, I know this wasn't going to happen, but when Swerve lit, what was it? Did Swerve like Hangman's house on fire or the opposite, whatever it was in AEW? That was the perfect opportunity.
for
It's a perfect
something
opportunity
like
for an
that.
Inferno match. If you're going to light somebody's house on fire,
But
that's the perfect opportunity to settle it with fire.
Going back to that hood rule, you burn my house, I burn you.
Right, there we
instead,
go.
That's
instead they
Bring it
stab
right
each
back
other with
around.
syringes and use cinder blocks because that
yeah,
makes
that I
sense.
didn't
blood
care
into each
for.
other's mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Blood of my blood.
Yeah, fuck AEW.
Oh,
You said
jeez.
it. Wear a condom.
Stiff. I mean, that all went together really well for some reason.
So
All right. Well, thank you guys for your answers. I think this was really fun. There's a bunch of gimmick matches that we all like to see again. But I get the honor to pitch it to our last host of the night. Not only is he the last host, he's one of my best friends too. So it's doubly more exciting for me to pitch it to Dave Lee from Dave Knows.
Thank
is
you
the
so
main
much.
event.
Robert. It is I, Dave from Dave Knows Wrestling. Although after the trivia round, I'm pretty sure you might get the nose title instead. But for those of you interested, you can check me out over on YouTube under Dave Knows Wrestling. Watch all the different kinds of content I have. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. If you enjoy what you see, I would really, really appreciate it. But now for me. Now, Albert agreed, as we were talking, you and I are two very, very good friends. You are one of my best friends, and vice versa, as I think you know. But there are some relationships out there that are not as wholesome as what we have together.
Oh, the turn.
Very true.
Toxic relationships in professional wrestling. Now, to make this easier, we're just talking about on screen. I don't hear nothing about Dynamite Kid or Chris Benoit or none of that stuff. On screen, toxic relationships, and what do you think is the worst one and why? And to kick this thing off, I'm going to start with one. There's plenty to choose from, but I'm going to start with one that I think is a sleeper that might be the most problematic, but no one ever talks about it. Rhea and Dom. Think about this. Rhea Ripley manipulated the young, innocent, naive Dominic away from his family, turning him against his father, turning him against his sister and his mother, got him sent to jail, got him arrested. And what happens? What happens with Rhea Ripley, the so-called hero, the one that we all like and cheer? Dom turns on her, gets into a better relationship with Liv Morgan, who appreciates Dom, who is there for Dom. When Rhea used him to gain a championship, used him and manipulated this young man, and then when Dom gets the sense to leave her for greener pastures, and in my opinion, an upgrade, people boo him? The audience boos him for that? When he's just standing up for himself and getting away from that master manipulator who, as we all saw from WWE Unreal, has a weird thing about stuffed animals, which I don't understand. So just pointing this out. And we're not counting the off-screen relationship stuff, but I just want to point out she was married to Buddy Murphy. But, at the time of this, so that's even worse, but no, on-screen only. On-screen only. Rhea Ripley is grooming Dom for her own personal advantages. And then people boo Dom when he finally emancipates himself from that temptress.
That Jezebel.
Grooming.
Jezebel, that is correct.
To be fair,
Grooming him for greatness, though. He's hitting fucking in on screen. He's hitting Rhea. He goes to Liv, and now looks like he's gonna go to Roxanne. He's won Intercontinental Championships. He left his father. He's now a huge star.
Mega championship.
He got shit.
Whoa.
That's all I'm saying. He got his. He nutted.
He got that championship once he was with Liv, not while he was with Rhea.
But he wouldn't have had that confidence.
Hey, imagine if he's with Charlotte, what he would get.
A divorce?
To be fair, though, I leave my family for Rhea Ripley too, so I don't blame the man.
Wow.
Hey, look, and I'm also going to point this out too. Even though I did say I'm going to specify again her relationship with Buddy Murphy, I just also want to point out Buddy Murphy tried to get with Dom's sister on top of that. I'm just throwing this out there too.
Payback.
Throwing this out there. Just throwing this out there. But anyway, on-screen worst relationship, most toxic relationship.
I forgot about that. They're trying to get Dominic's sister involved with something. I forget who was it.
Nut for nut. That's
After Rey Mysterio lost his eye.
Buddy
There's some dark times. The pandemic was rough on all of us.
That was smart though. He could only keep one eye on him, so
Well, is anybody defending the Rhea situation other than what we've heard?
I will to Steve's point, I will say that before he met Rhea Ripley, Dominic didn't even have a mustache. He put hair on that young man's chest and his upper lip.
Look, Dave, I'll agree with you to points, but there is a point where you have to say that if Rhea doesn't do that, Dom is probably still the boring guy that was tagging with his dad. She made his career a billion times better.
We don't get Dazed and Confused Dominic Mysterio without Rhea Ripley.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's just plowing through.
If we don't talk about toxic relationships, I think I'm gonna steal the easy one because I'm gonna steal from everybody just to make it, to screw all of you guys over. But I mean, it's got to be Edge and Lita and Matt Hardy in that love triangle, right? I mean, it's real life blending into TV. I was there the day that Matt Hardy came back after he was fired. I mean, first of all, just the semantics of the whole situation is crazy. A man gets hurt, destroys his knee, is home convalescing, his best friend bangs his wife, and then he gets fired.
Girlfriend.
Like, that is just, what a horrible situation for Matt Hardy. Just a horrible, awful situation in every way, shape, or form.
And that's what happens when you're not a draw.
I mean, well, look, he got his job back, right? And I was there. I'll never forget one of the funniest
Didn't get his
moments
heat
ever.
back.
is that I'm sitting there and Matt Hardy comes back and he attacks Edge backstage. And this guy who's sitting behind me, I'm there in the arena. This guy sitting behind me goes, "That's not Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was at Ring of Honor last night. He cut his hair. He cut a promo. He doesn't look anything like him anymore." I was like, dude, that was Matt Hardy. Like, we all saw it. It was Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy comes out through my section, runs 4 feet away from us. And I turned to the guy and went, "Are you sure that's still not Matt Hardy?" And he shut up, which is still my favorite story ever. But that's the most toxic relationship in wrestling history.
I disagree.
I'm sorry, Albert. I gotta disqualify you on that one. You can't get DQ on this one, buddy.
How?
Because it's real life.
All that stuff you mentioned that happened was after they broke up. The relationship was not toxic because it was fine. And then she cheated, and then they broke up. And then he gets married to Remy, and now has gone broken and gone insane. So if anything, he went crazier on screen after they broke up. I'm just saying. Fine.
Then you know what? If you want to disqualify that, it's Hulk Hogan because he had goddamn lust in his eyes for Miss Elizabeth. That is the most toxic thing ever. He had lust in his eyes, Steve. I swear I saw him right there. He had lust in his eyes. There's no doubt in my mind that's it.
There's not a single person in this room that didn't have lust in their eyes for Miss Elizabeth. So back it up. You weren't? No?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I don't put
you know
my
what?
dick in stick figures. Absolutely fucking.
Well,
Look, she had to get plump. Lex plumped her up before he.
I would have.
God.
I would have put Paul's on
God.
Sapphire before I touched Miss Elizabeth.
oh, that's
Oh, whoa,
no,
whoa,
AJ,
whoa,
no, I
whoa,
gotta
whoa.
go back there.
I
No,
mean,
no,
Sapphire. I mean,
I mean,
come
maybe
on.
I'm saying.
Sapphire
Preach on
had
it.
push it for the push. That's what you like.
I'm with
No,
you.
preach.
I'd have to look back at
So-
Sapphire, but I was more of a Sherry Martel guy.
Sapphire would have put mouth on me that would have changed my life.
Yee.
Would look forward.
Nice, out of control.
Good fish.
Look, any
Okay, so,
any woman can make polka dots look fuckable. I'm in. But I'm gonna
She
take
did
one.
not.
I'm gonna take one here that I think is grossly overlooked. It on camera presented itself as so wholesome, as so good, as oh, look at these two getting together. It is Spike Dudley and Molly Holly. Because every time
Underappreciated.
Spike turned around, he had to defend this lady's honor, getting his ass kicked. Do you remember? He pulled Kurt Angle out in one of the first one-shots I remember seeing in the history of wrestling production, at least for WWE, dragged him from the outside to the point where Kurt Angle's smiling behind him, drags him out to defend his honor, and then he beat the fucking brakes off him for 7 minutes. How many times did he get in trouble for that heifer, for lack of a better term?
Hey now.
No, she's a wonderful performer,
Naomi,
wonderful
relax.
person.
That was one of the first women to bring cake to the WWE.
Yeah,
That's true.
not
But
wrong.
then, you know, I actually did not think
Take
of
the
it that
Molly
way.
go
You're
round
right.
right now.
Boy, Spike just got the crap kicked out of him for
All
just
the
for dating her.
time.
That's a great call. I never thought about it that way.
You know, at some point, you're like, could you please cover up? I can't. I'm still my kidneys still have blood. I'm still peeing blood. Just why are you wearing a halter top and short shorts to the arena?
She would just be sitting there and catering.
always eating popsicle sticks or whatever. Just phallic foods. Like why are you eating a whole banana that way? You could cut it up.
Look, say what you want, but that SmackDown Know Your Role loading screen, we know
Listen, there are a lot of.
we know what's up.
Man's bringing in the loading screen.
We know what's up.
I'm with him. No, I get it. I was there.
All right, Harry, you got one?
I got a bunch of them, man, because I wanted to talk about. Well, I mean, are we talking about relationships that seem okay, but they're actually toxic? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
That seem well. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one that's a bit of a hot take. When everyone talked about how jealous Mark Merrow was that Sable was getting attention. You know, this is my business. This is my workplace. You come here dressed like that with no top on. I mean, I work with these people all day. You know, then you're posing for Playboy. Like, what you know, I got to work with these people. I know they're skeeting to you in the locker room. Everyone wants me to get you to sign the copies. This is
Skeeting.
how do you think that helps me? You know, so everyone say, oh, he's jealous. He's trying to cover up. Yeah, hey.
Did you imagine at 9:41 on a Wednesday night in our 40s, you would say skeeting to this.
I was trying to find a much more contemporary term. I mean, we're not regulated by the FCC, but as a broadcaster,
No.
jerking off, I felt would be, you know, what kind of wrestling show are we doing here?
Right?
You know, but that's the best I could come with. Gooning is the new term, I think.
Ah,
so gooning.
yes.
I got all these guys in the locker room here. I got DX on one side gooning for you. I got Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Oh,
It's so
God.
weird over here.
Rice.
I do always like how in the WWE, every boyfriend was the heel for not wanting his girlfriend to pose naked for a magazine. Like, that always made me, like, I was like, I mean, I kind of get Santino Marella not wanting Maria to pose. Like, if I'm Santino, I don't want everybody to see my girl's boobs. I'm kind of with them. Like, I kind of understand, but I do like it from the outsider perspective. None of us are him, so we're all like, nah, screw that guy.
Yeah.
But you know,
Clearly, he's
here's the way I
insecure.
look at it. I'm the kind of guy that it's okay if you look at my girl, as long as you don't look too long. It's okay if you look at my girl because you know what? You got the dream and I got the reality.
Wait, she's not a piece of steak that fell on the floor. There's no 5-second rule.
Right, but there's the 5-second rule. You can't be like,
Yeah, you ain't drooling. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
yo, when when I'm with a bad chick, and so drop my phone too. When I'm with a bad chick, right, and somebody's looking, and I look back because I know she got a fatty behind her, I give him the. I want him to know that.
That's me.
well,
right
yeah,
there.
but that's the end of it. But that should be the end of it right there.
Right. Good looking, bro. Thanks for looking, but I'm taking this home to do everything that you imagined.
Right.
I'm just saying, you
that's
show
fine.
up.
That's
You go to the
fine.
trainer's room to get some athletic tape, and there's a centerfold of your lady there with,
That's the
you know,
difference. Yeah, that's the difference.
a cock and bullocks drawn around the.
You know what? You know what? There's a lot. This is where we go back to the Roger discussion in the beginning, right? There's a lot of things in pro wrestling that are like, you know, in real life, this is probably like really sexual harassment.
Oh, sure, all of it. The whole, yeah.
I think there's actually a case litigating right now to determine whether or not that is exactly what it was.
On screen only. Well, Tristen.
I can't
So what you got? What you got for this?
personally, I can't believe my ears. I can't believe I'm hearing all these toxic relationships, and not one person has brought up the single most toxic relationship.
But you don't know who I'm going to say. I might be saying
who are
what
you
you're
going
going
to
to
say?
say. I was
Who you
going to
gonna
say Mark Henry and Mae Young.
Nope, that's
Oh,
not it.
that's literally what I was gonna say.
No, that seemed very loving to me. They seemed that were both consensual.
Yeah, he was
and-
fucking. He was
Mark
hitting.
Henry was a 20-something-year-old guy. He manipulated somebody's grandmother, and she gave birth
I don't know if he
to
was
No. You got this
No,
all
you got
wrong.
it,
She
yeah.
was trying to get that.
Cougar Town over here.
Mark
6
Henry-
seasons in a movie.
She wanted, but you know what though, right?
The hand was white. I'm just pointing that out.
Steve got me. I'm on my kick right now, so I'm glad Steve.
Same.
picked up.
I got you.
Maybe look though, but maybe Mae Young had strong genes. Maybe that's why it was the white hand.
Look,
Strongest
May
team. That's why it took 9
May
years to kill her.
Mae Young had a pussy like a cinder block. I bet
boy.
she was there.
Yeah,
That's the
She-
world's strongest man. So she gotta come correct.
She had the world's most tolerable walls. That's
Right,
what-
because
what
he
I'm
was
saying.
giving her the world's strongest slam every night.
There you go. AJ, you had one.
Wells, I love it
Yeah.
so much.
I did have one, and I feel that this might be the nuclear bomb, right? So,
Oh, no.
so Dave had mentioned toxic relationships, and I get the natural inclination to say, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, but there are other facets of relationships,
Okay.
much like a family.
Yup.
And who has been more toxic
And the
to
McMahon
the world of professional wrestling than the entire fucking McMahon family?
Yep.
That's true.
The drama, the fuck, and I say this, that people have been saying overappreciated, underappreciated. I think this is right where it belongs, the level of attention that it gets. But that was the level of toxicity that we banked on every week.
True.
Every week we wanted to see just how fucking toxic it'll get. Can it get any more toxic than this?
Vince
and then when
McMahon
you
made
get-
out with a woman in front of his wife in a wheelchair.
After he
Whoa.
After he drugged
She
her.
she was a
There's nothing
zombie.
more toxic
She
than
was
that,
a
man.
zombie. It didn't count. She was a zombie.
For the record, there is a storyline that was turned down
Oh, I heard about this.
where Steph was the one that turned it down. Vince wanted to run an angle where Vince had impregnated Steph. That's how bad this family.
On screen,
Get it.
On screen, yes. We're only talking on screen.
Yeah, on screen.
The chat, by the way,
now.
the amazing VHS shout out, and shout out to everybody who's been listening and watching so far, said Eddie in China. I don't know if anybody had Eddie in China on their list,
Good.
but that's a pretty good one.
I didn't have
Heat, man.
I didn't have Eddie in China, but I did have, because somebody brought up Edge before, but to me the most toxic one was when Edge was with Vicky Guerrero, where this guy is this younger man is banging the widow of a Hall of Famer in order to advance his career.
And Alicia, the wedding planner, Alicia Fox on the side.
Right.
That doesn't seem toxic. That seems smart. I don't know. That's just
But
me.
thought there
Vicky
was-
has manipulated a lot of men too, if you think about it. I mean, I'm just saying, she ain't necessarily innocent.
Excuse me?
Afterwards.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you heard. That stutter?
Excuse me?
Fight.
Well,
Fight.
If we're doing that one, we got to go Dawn Marie with Tori
Al
Wilson's
Wilson.
dad, Al Wilson.
That is a good one. So who hasn't thrown one in?
Okay, fine. Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. In shoot and on TV, both.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, elaborate, Tristan. Tell me.
All right, so fine. The guy was upset that Hulk Hogan was, loving
Hanging around too much.
or saving her and stuff like that. And Macho Man destroyed the Mega Powers, and they had a whole entire fight. And
Saving her. He abandoned his best friend and
This
then beat up by
fucking guy.
2 guys that were 300 pounds and picked up his girl and brought her backstage. He
Bro,
watched his
Hogan
friend
was
get the
wrong.
crab kick.
Bro, if you
Hogan
were
is
getting-
always the heel. I don't care. And he put his hand on her ass at SummerSlam.
We
Bro,
saw
he's
it.
always the heel in this situation.
We saw
if
it.
you were-
Elizabeth
if you
was
were there
hurt.
with
He
your
was
girl.
taking care of her.
If you were there
Yeah.
with your girl, Albert, getting your ass beat, right? And I picked up your girl and walked away with her, at least to save her. Come on,
I
bro.
would have said, hey, Tristan, real nice of you, but you kind of could have gotten one of the 17 referees that were hanging back there and helped me not get the shit kicked out of me by two
Or the
300-pound men.
many EMTs and doctors we have in the back
Thank
could have
you.
helped.
It
Don't
didn't
come-
have to be big
Hogan
hero
was
Hulk Hogan.
6'7". He has strong arms. He could take her to the back faster.
But he could have come back though. He could have laid.
He didn't, exactly. He didn't
Yeah.
come back. He didn't drop her back off and go, okay, I'm going to go hang out with my friend now. No, he just sat there with her the whole time while his best friend got the crap kicked out of him by 2 300-pound men that hated Hogan more than Savage. He was
But wait
fighting
a minute,
Hogan's battles.
But Hogan had to make sure that she could take that leg drop, brother. He had to make
That's
all
true.
right.
And on top of that, he had to make sure that she was okay. Excuse me, that Hogan thought that the Macho Man, the Savage, could handle himself. And if you want to talk about the referees, and he's getting beat up by 2 guys, well, why didn't the referees do something about this? Huh? You want to talk about the refs doing their job? They should have done their job.
You're right. They should have done their job and picked up Miss Elizabeth from the floor and brought her to the backstage area.
Listen, I
And then he said the N-word.
I didn't
Wrong
even know.
guy, sorry.
I didn't even hear the context
Terry
of that.
Bollea said it.
Oh, that
Terry
because of Hogan.
Bollea
Yeah, that
said
makes
it.
sense. I also don't think it was appropriate for Hogan to take her in the back, give her mouth to mouth. That was unnecessary. And then a mammogram. It was really too much.
He was checking for lumps.
Let me tell you something. If I'm getting
Go ass to mouth.
let
Want to
me
make
tell you
sure her
something.
bump fart wasn't filled.
If I'm getting jumped, don't save my girl. Don't save my girl.
Let her ass get beat too.
You have no loyalty to my girl. You're not gonna have me get stomped out. Then you're gonna take her away with her adrenaline running to put you in the perfect position to smash. Leave her there. If she gets hit, that's on her. She needs to run away. You need to be saving me.
She should be able to defend herself anyway.
Leave her alone. Don't touch
You're
my
saying-
girl.
It
You're
was
saying-
chivalry.
Don't
Chivalry.
touch- It's dead. Leave my girl alone. Don't touch her.
So Deceive, what you're saying with the mouth that you put food in is that you wanted Hulk Hogan to pick up Macho Man and leave Miss Elizabeth right there?
She can walk. She got legs.
She's not a competitor. She's
Yeah.
not a competitor.
Listen.
Leave her
They
alone.
not hitting
Ringside.
you. They hitting me. Walk away. Pick me up. Put me over your
Yeah,
shoulder.
I mean,
need help.
she took one bump. It wasn't like they hit her over the head with a brick. You know, she's gonna be fine.
Right.
I just quickly played devil. Can I just play devil's advocate for just a second?
Go ahead, AJ.
Given the situation, if my wife was the one that Hogan was picking up instead of me, my wife would have slapped him and said, "Get off me, go get him."
Right?
So that's you got a
Not
good
for
woman
nothing.
there.
That's right.
That's
Let's
right.
put
Your
Elizabeth.
wife is
Let's put a
Hispanic.
woman on Elizabeth. Is all I'm saying.
Well, but
let
then somebody will say if Randy didn't treat her that way, she wouldn't have done that. But that's neither here nor there.
AJ, if you had a wife, I'm not sure if you had a wife.
I've had a wife for 22 years.
Okay, is she Hispanic?
Very much so. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. No further questions. No
Well,
further
see,
questions.
that's the thing. My fiance was born in Chile, so I mean, in all honesty, I'm not.
Did she have a
worried about
sweater?
her. She's gonna cook the crap out of anybody that's gonna come near
No,
her.
Steve.
So.
Well,
No.
hold on. The argument wasn't the woman being Hispanic
Absolutely
because
not.
we know in that scenario she would have been shanking people anyway. That's beyond the point.
Yeah.
The
I grew up in a lot of
scenario
Spanish
here
women. I
is
know that.
Caucasian, and that's what we're
And
going to discuss.
and who did Macho Man go with right after Elizabeth was done? It's a sensational Sherry, somebody who was
Thicker than a Snicker?
Was Sherry
You wanna talk
running
about
around,
toxic
falling
relationship.
down? No, Sherry was jumping on people's backs. She was climbing on top
Talking
of
about
cages.
That's right.
No, but
Yeah,
Harry
he
brings
got
up
himself
good
a
point.
real
No,
woman.
Harry brings up a really good point because what happened? Sherry started beating up Macho Man after WrestleMania 7, and he didn't beat the Ultimate Warrior. But then Elizabeth came to save him. So under your logic, this should have saved Macho Man. She should have just let him get beat up because that's
Elizabeth.
Yeah, she didn't
Sure.
save nobody. She walked out and made people cry.
I mean, his pride was hurt, but it wasn't in
Yeah.
physical danger from Sherry just
Yeah,
those couple kicks over there.
Really, I mean, he would have just walked away and would have been like, "All right, can you please stop hitting me now?" And then just walked away from this situation if Liz didn't show up. Let's not pretend she's some big hero.
No, Sherry. This was
get
Miss
support all the time.
Elizabeth's chance to run back into the relationship. She rebounded. She goes, "This is my chance.
Because
I
she
messed up."
knew she saved Savage that day because she knew that she was wrong for flirting with Hogan and to fill his head with the idea that maybe he had a chance with her.
And here's what happened. She thought she was going to get with Hogan, and Hogan goes, "That's not going to work for me, brother. I got to worry about this championship belt. I don't got time to drag you around." And then she got nobody. And then she had
then
to
he said
sit
the
there
N
for
word
2
again.
years. And
Then he said, no, Terry Bollea. This is Terry Bollea.
well, that also happened. What happened, actually, I know what happened, is backstage, Hogan kept saying he has a 9-inch cock. And then when they got together, she's like, "This only looks like 6 inches." And she goes, "Well, Hulk Hogan has a 9-inch cock. Terry Bollea, it's not. It's not." And then
So,
she was like, "Oh, shit.
It's
I
a
better call Macho
it's a
Man.
turgid 4.
I better call Macho Man." And she's like, Sherry answers like Royal Palace or whatever. And then that was it. And then the second Sherry was done, she was like, "Oh, finally, it's my chance to get back in with the Macho Man."
Gave her a Turkish
you're
delight.
saying he doesn't have a 9-inch pipe up. Got it.
There you go. So I think we found the most toxic relation.
This collection of people.
This show is a very toxic. Yes.
And we've only just begun. All right, Stephen James, back to you.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Untitled, super cool wrestling show with myself, the Grapple Talker, which you can catch on twitch.tv/the Grapple Talker. We do some GTA RP, we talk wrestling, we play games, we shoot the shit. Some more radio shows coming soon. We're starting to get set with that. Harry Terjanian, what do you got?
You can find me on my podcast, Harry Has ADHD. I think I'm supposed to go live in 5 minutes. I don't know if that's happening because I might be tapped out of all the fun we've had here today. It's been super fun. Follow me at Harry Terjanian to see all my stand-up comedy clips, my podcast, some of my wrestling work with Titan Championship Wrestling, and then whatever other project I seem to pick up. It will be at Harry Terjanian on all your platforms, but probably YouTube the best.
Tristan.
Well, you could follow me at the Tristen Law Show on YouTube. I give the listeners the ability to be a part of the show. It's two-way. We talk to each other. So make sure you check that out on YouTube. New episodes live weekly. Check that out. You can follow me personally at the Real Big Trist. Ladies, the DMs are open.
Albert.
All right, my name is Albert Albanese. You can find me on Twitter at KYDJustice. You can find me at the Positively Awesome Wrestling Podcast. You can find the link to that on my Twitter. And you can also go and watch The Last Vendetta on Amazon Prime starting on Friday.
Mr. Dave Lee.
You can find me over on YouTube under Dave Knows Wrestling. We like to talk about wrestling from a different perspective, looking at it from a business side of things. or from the fan perspective, as well as just different ways that you haven't thought to look at your favorite sport. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Stephen James.
And the man, the myth, the legend, the one who I credit as starting me for good or for bad in the pro wrestling world, the great AJ Orsini.
Myself and Deceive Dave are the hosts of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, predominantly on YouTube, but we have many pages, we have many social medias. Head over to Linktree, linktr.ee/AJOUM. It takes you to everything. Easy peasy.
And that is all she wrote. We might do this again. Who knows if the world can actually take it, but for now,
She can take it.
They'll take it.
fuck off.
I like it.
I'm not your real dad, but if I was, you'd probably be grounded. Go to your goddamn rooms.
All right.